Is the stream working?
Scan the QR code located at the bottom of your text.
Just getting it going right now.
On today's game prior to kickoff.
Good afternoon and welcome out to Elmhurst University. It's week 1 of the college football season. I've been waiting a long time to say those words. I'm Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys alongside week 1 Adrian College Bulldog football here on the road. Decent drive, but a smooth one for us to get here. I'm so ready for this 2023 season. It's a new look Adrian College team. I'm tired of talking about it. I just want to play the game. We'll get to that in a second. I had a chance to talk to the Bulldog football coach, Jim Deere, about his squad this season and talk a little bit about Elmhurst. But I'd like to introduce to all of our listeners out there our color commentator for this season. He's an Adrian College student, Calvin Keys. Calvin, welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks, Ian. Really happy to be here. Like you said, we had an early morning, but now we're here in the Chicagoland area at beautiful Langhorst Field here in Elmhurst, Illinois. And, yeah, excited to get the season started. I'm a current sophomore at Adrian College, broadcasting major, and thankful to have this opportunity to be on the call with you today, Ian.
All right, week 1 just around the corner. And we look at Adrian College last year, a hot start, and sort of tumbled to the finish line, so to speak, finishing with that 6-4 mark. They had aspirations. They had momentum. Injuries played a part, and they just could never get it to gel and really compete in the MIAA, finishing 3-3 in that conference. But you're turning over a new page this season. A young quarterback, a freshman. We'll talk about him a little bit, and, of course, throughout this football game, we'll look to see what he can do. A lot of players you'll recognize from years past, but quite a few that you will miss on certain sides of the football. Coach Deere will talk about that. But if you're Adrian, you're looking to get off to a good start. They have not won a Week 1 contest since 2016, and that was at Pacific, Oregon, way out on the West Coast. They won that game 30-28. So looking to right the ship Week 1 here, Calvin.
Yeah, absolutely. Adrian's had some struggles in Week 1, like you mentioned, Ian. I think this is a great opportunity to get the season started on the right foot. An Elmhurst team that is also a new-look squad, bringing in a new head coach to start the season under new leadership. Had a tough year last season, but looking to bounce back. And from the looks of things, we should have a great game on our hands today.
Yeah, Coach Mike Murray, not new to football, certainly a very long and accomplished resume for him. First year here at Elmhurst, they had some issues last year. They play in a very good conference. They play over in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. That is the home to North Central, the number 1 team right now in Division III football. Also Wheaton out of Illinois. Bulldog fans might remember playing Wheaton in a playoff game or an early season game. Did not go well. So a very competitive league in this Illinois and Wisconsin area. And Elmhurst looking to snap a losing streak. They were winless last year, but they're at home. They got the Bulldogs here, a young Adrian team, so they're hoping to also get off to a great start.
Yeah. Mike Murray, like you said, first season with the Elmhurst program, but he's been around the CCIW, coaching in that league for quite a while. And, yeah, I think really exciting new start for Elmhurst. And for the Bulldogs, obviously bringing back their head coach, Jim Deere, who's been at the helm for the better part of, I believe this is his 14th season with the program. But you see turnover in the Adrian lineup with a lot of freshmen who are going to be asked to fill new roles. We talked about Kyle Minder, who was a big piece of this Bulldog defense last year, led the team in tackles for the Bulldogs. He's no longer going to be in the backfield, and they're going to be relying on Donnie McCary in the secondary to really help lead a new group of linebackers as well as corners and safeties in the defensive side of things. And then, like you talked about, and we'll talk about it more in a minute, in the offense, freshman Brady Raymond being handed the keys to this Adrian College team, the most important position on the field, and you've got a guy this is going to be his first collegiate game today, so we're going to learn a lot about this Bulldog team by the time 4 quarters are done and over with.
Yeah, the southpaw from Pinckney High School. The high school, of course, from Adrian College great Jack Werzer. So some shoes to fill at Pinckney, and then he's going to go to Adrian and hopefully do the same thing and hopefully bring this team a conference championship. And when we talked to Coach Deere earlier in the week, it's about building up to things and gunning for that conference championship, something that's eluded Adrian for a number of years. 2014, their last title.
Yeah. When we talked to Coach Deere, he said that his goal every season is the same, to try and bring home an MIAA title. Easier said than done. It's a tough conference. You've got some tough returning teams and squads like Alma and Hope. But really, we talk about it on the drive over here, really, Ian. I think it's anyone's game in the MIAA. It's a very even conference. We got to talk to Brady Raymond earlier this week. That was really enjoyable. Certainly a young man who's got a lot of confidence, and Coach Deere speaks really highly of him. So I'm excited to see him play this afternoon.
All right, with that, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, I had a chance to talk to head football coach Jim Deere about his team and the start to the 2023 season, and that is what we are here to do. Bulldogs and Blue Jays here in Elmhurst. We'll take a 30-second break. My conversation with Coach Deere coming up next. You're tuned in to Adrian College football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Good afternoon, Bulldog fans. It's the 2023 season. It's finally here. Adrian College football kicking off this Labor Day weekend. I'm Ian Wentz, joined by 14th year head coach Jim Deere. You're 14, Jim.
Yeah, I wish I was 14. 56 is a lot higher than 14. Yeah, no, it's exciting. New place. We've never been here. So getting accustomed to the surroundings, preparing, figuring out, how long is it going to take to get back and forth from the locker room, things like that. But we're excited. We feel hopefully we have a superior edge in both fronts, offensively and defensively.
So, yeah, there's quite a bit of change with this roster from last year, losing a lot of production, but in our conversations, not a lot of experience really dropped. I mean, you have guys coming back at key positions.
Yeah, the secondary was one of those things you thought about having to play a bunch of new guys. Obviously, Donnie McCary being back helps, but we added the 2 corners. One of them's Andrew Thomas, who played offense for us last year, and then A.J. Pipkins, who was ineligible last year, but up until that point, he was our starter. So we feel very confident in the retooling of the secondary. And then obviously in the D-line, lots of guys back with experience, and linebacker. Losing Mender obviously is a factor, but having Wadis Ashman back's good. Offensive front, you got 3 guys that had a lot of playing time, 3 starters back in the offensive line. Receiving core, a couple guys back that got a bunch of playing time, and at running back, you're Sal, and then our H-back Tyler. back as well. So there's a little bit of experience sprinkled throughout the lineup, but we're excited to see how this goes and make things happen.
At the position everybody talks about at every level, football's the quarterback, and he just walked past us. You went back to the well. You went to Pinckney High School to find this kid.
That's right. They produce good quarterbacks over there. They do a great job of getting kids college ready when you start to think of things like that. Brady came in, won the job outright, and has kind of never looked back. It's nice to have a nice offensive line in front of him, take some of the pressure off of him. Game one, hopefully, puts him in a position to be successful today.
Talking pregame with Adrian College head football coach Jim Deere. So we learned a little bit about the Bulldogs. A new opponent here with Elmhurst, never played them before. But if you look at their league, they have some very prominent Division III programs in it with North Central and Wheaton. But what can you tell us about Elmhurst?
Well, a lot of experience coming back on both sides of the ball. They got 8 starters on both sides of the ball. Losing both of their kickers, we're hoping to take advantage in the kicking game as well. Having Sammy back at punting is great, and we think that could be an advantage for us. And then looking at the rest of it, we'll kind of go from there.
All right. Best of luck today. Going for a Week 1 win here. It's been a couple years, but hoping to put one in the win column and start 1-0.
All right. Thank you.
Adrian College head football coach Jim Deere. Kickoff moments away here from Elmhurst University, just outside Chicago, Illinois. I'm Ian Wendt. Calvin Keyes will join us on the broadcast momentarily. You're tuned in to Adrian College Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
We welcome you back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keyes with you. It's Week 1 of Division III football. Adrian and Elmhurst, the first ever meeting between these two programs. Adrian, of course, in the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association, America's first collegiate conference. The Elmhurst Blue Jays in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. So teams that are literally not familiar with each other. They've never put on pads and played a game, so that just adds to the newness of the college football season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's super exciting to hear these teams have never played each other because we've got a lot of unknowns, and we're going to find out along with the listeners at home just what these two teams are made of heading into this new season.
A lot of questions out there, and yes, hopefully Week 1 can answer some. You won't answer all of them through the course of a football game here in Week 1. The Blue Jays donning that powder blue look. Bulldogs in their road whites. We have our team captains out at the 50-yard line. For Adrian College, it is number 3, Keontae Townsend. Number 5, Shea LaRue. 68, and that's the offensive lineman, Jonathan Cecila. And we have what's the 4th number, Calvin? Can you see?
I believe it's Tyler Poyer out there for the Bulldogs. They're starting tight end. Townsend
with no pads on, so something notable. One of the leading returning receivers is not playing in this contest, so that'll make the challenge for new quarterback Brady Raymond of who he's going to throw the football to, and it won't be Key, number 3.
Yeah, I think it throws another wrench in the plans for this Bulldog team because you talk about last year they relied really heavily on Kenny Cuiava. He's graduated, and then we're going to rely on Keontae Townsend returning as a graduate student with the squad. And I think with him not able to go today, they're going to have to rely more heavily on Cole Sessler, Ben Kolosky, and company. So they're going to get their shot to really prove themselves to Coach Deere today.
Yeah, it's a situation where some of those names you have heard before and are relatively familiar for Bulldog fans, but they haven't had the production. They'll need to find that production, turn that experience into actually catching passes, making tackles, And that's the thing that can be difficult. You see that with just about every collegiate program when you are replacing players at the top that have done very well for your team, and to fill that void with those underclassmen that suddenly become upperclassmen right before your eyes.
Moran, an exercise science major.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beloved son, brother, and member of the Blue Jay community. Please keep Dylan's friends and family in your thoughts and prayers. At this time, we please pause for a moment of silence in memory of Dylan. Thank you. Elmhurst University Athletics would also like to honor the memory of Mark Kruger, longtime play-by-play announcer for Blue Jay Athletics.
Couple of unfortunate announcements here at Elmhurst with the passing of a student athlete.
Yep,
and
Dylan Moran.
And the passing of a play-by-play commentator.
Please keep Mark's friends and family
Yep,
in your thoughts and prayers.
Mark Kruger.
This time, please pause for a moment of silence in memory of Mark Kruger. Thank you.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wen and Calvin Keys with you from Elmhurst University. We're going to pause 60 seconds. Kickoff moments away. You're tuned in to Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. We welcome you back to Elmhurst University, just outside of Chicago, Illinois. A 4.5-hour drive from Adrian, Michigan. Hello, everyone. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys, and another season of Bulldog football is just moments away. Pads are strapped, jerseys are on, helmets tightened up. These two teams are absolutely ready to go, as am I.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how these teams start the game. Obviously, beginning of a new season, it's one thing to be going against your own teammates in fall camp and another thing to go up against your opponents in live action here to start the season. So I think for Jim Deere and his team, they're going to be looking to get a quick start here, and it goes the same for the Elmhurst Blue Jays and their head coach Mike Murray, his group. They're both going to want to get this season started on the right foot immediately.
Bulldogs wearing their road white jerseys on the far sideline. Black numbers and letters on the Bulldog uniforms. Home team Blue Jays wearing those nice bright powdered blues. So the only people that will probably be sweating down there are the coaches for Adrian College, as they're wearing their all black uniforms, if you will, the black polos, black slacks. That's okay. They've been waiting for this since the end of last season. And the Blue Jays are going to go back and attempt to return this kick. And Adrian will boot things away to start off this 2023 season.
Looks like Alec Milley is going to get the Bulldogs started here on the year, the sophomore from Woodhaven, Michigan, graduate of Gibraltar Carlson High School. We were watching him in warm-ups. He's really got a leg, Ian. Yeah,
he does. Coach Deere thinks that they can take advantage of the kicking game here this afternoon. We're going to see it firsthand. Not too much of a breeze. If there is one, it's favoring the young Milley. ball at the 35-yard line, and the right-footed kicker puts his hand up, waits for the official's word, and we are ready to go. The run-up and the kick, and we are underway from the 2023 college football season. Can be fielded at the 10-yard line with the 15, some blockers to the outside. On the return up over the 25, past the 30, and a good return out there for the Blue Jays. That is their number 22 on the return, and that is going to be Aiden Pollock, the running back. What a good field position to start for the home team.
Yeah, and we're already seeing physicality out there. Hunter Howell lost his helmet for the Blue Jays out there. Big hit laid by a Bulldog to start things out, and we'll have 1st and 10 from the Elmhurst 32 to start this football game.
Looking across that Bulldog front, Shea LaRue, he's back off an injury last year. He's out of there at left defensive end. Also have Jacob Smith, Randall Broom with some action as well. Elmhurst, the first play of this football game is going to be a run and a tackle right in that middle of the line of scrimmage. Making that play is the aforementioned Randall Broom, the senior, all 245 pounds of him. Loss of a couple, 2nd and long.
Looked to be Samson Zander that got the first carry of the game for the Blue Jays. Didn't have a lot of room to work with. Great job by the Bulldog defensive front here. And that should set up, I believe it'll be 2nd and 12.
Blue Jays set up in the shotgun. Their quarterback, Andre Acosta, he'll take and fake. He's going to run it himself, a quarterback keeper. Back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard more. As that Bulldog front made the play. Number 3 on the tackle for the Adrian College defenders, and that is Bidwell, Riker Bidwell, the linebacker, number 3 on that play. Give him 3 on the carry, 10 yards to go for this first down for the Blue Jays. Opening possession, it's a 3rd and a long 9.
And if you're Jim Deere, this first defensive possession for the Bulldogs, couldn't expect it to go any better so far. Pressing Elmhurst hard here.
Acosta, he's going to hand off a draw play, looking for space. He's got the first down as Zander snuck right through that line, using that aggressiveness against Adrian. Picked up a solid gain of about 12, 13 yards and a Blue Jay first down.
Yeah, Zander, what we've seen so far is he's not exactly a power back. He's a smaller guy, standing at about 5'9", but he's super shifty. Seeing a couple of quick cuts there to shake away from the Bulldog defense.
Opening drive of this football game, it's a 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. 2 receivers to a side, Acosta in the pistol formation. Wadis Aspen shows pressure. He's going to rush, pass out quick, caught, spin move, but could not get away from Donovan McCary. That's a name we will hear a lot this season. The senior safety makes a play, and a whistle stops the clock here after no gain.
Yeah, we've heard so much about McCary, and
it's a game clock issue. So the screen pass was successful out there. Jacob Cockrell caught the pass, but McCary sniffed it out and made a good tackle.
Yeah, Coach Deere was really singing the praises of McCary earlier on this week when we got a chance to talk to him. We see, how much of a ball hawk he is, able to hunt down the open receiver and make a nice open field tackle to prevent any sort of gain on the play for the Blue Jays.
Sets up a 2nd and 10 at the Elmhurst 46. Acosta in the shotgun. Zander with him. It's going to be a fake to him. Fakes the screen, now going deep. Too far for his man. Going out there for 87. That's the big man out there, Seth Desmore, a sophomore from Brookfield, Wisconsin. Just an overthrow there.
Yeah, that ball was about 5 yards in front of Desmore, so a tough catch for him to make, but props to McCary again. He was tight in coverage, didn't give Desmore much room to work with.
Sets up a 3rd and 10. Elmhurst 1 for 1 on the drive. They come to the line. Acosta is alone in the shotgun. Football still at the Elmhurst 46. They need the Bulldog 44. Here's some room, stepping up, trying to run for it. He's going to be stopped just shy. Acosta took it up the middle for 8.5 yards. Now decision time on 4th down early here for Elmhurst.
Yeah, good resourcefulness from Andre Acosta, the sophomore from Yuma, Arizona. The pass rush came, he saw a gap up the middle, and he took it to pick up 9 yards on the ground.
And the offense appears to be staying on the field. Elmhurst 1 for 2 on third down. This will be their first fourth down attempt, as Coach Mike Murray decides to go for it here. Approaching 12 minutes left in this opening quarter. We're scoreless.
4th and 2 for the Blue Jays. Huge down coming up here.
Costa takes, gives to the tailback, needs the yardage, and got it. Just over that right side of that line of scrimmage. And that is a tough, hard-nosed run. Picking up that first down, number 22 on the rush, Aiden Pollock. 1st and 10 Blue Jays at the 41-yard line of Adrian College. So a long third down conversion, and now a fourth down conversion as well. 1st and 10 at the Adrian 41-yard line. Costa in the gun, 2 receivers out wide left, 1 to the right, far side of the field. Takes, gives to the tailback. That's Pollock. He's grabbed by the shoestring. Big number 99 makes the tackle for the Bulldogs. Avion Leverett, the sophomore from Flint. Nice play there by the D lineman.
Yeah, for a bigger guy, Leverett moved pretty quickly there to make that tackle. Sets up 2nd and 10 for the Blue Jays.
Opening drive of this football game. Elmhurst with it. Under 11 to go in our opening quarter. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys with you on the Adrian College Sports Network. This is going to be Acosta in the pistol, calling out a play to his receiver. On the near side, out to his left. 2nd and long. Acosta looking that way. Instead, he throws middle wide open as the tight end. Tackled inside the Bulldog 25-yard line. That's a nice slip through the defense by 83 R.J. Anderson, the 6'4 senior tight end.
Yeah, Anderson really found a gap in the Bulldog secondary. He was wide open, had some room to run, and brings the Blue Jays to about the 24-yard line. We've seen Elmhurst gradually gain confidence offensively as this drive has gone on. Bulldogs nearly got a stop on the first set of downs and got that big third down conversion for the Blue Jays, and that momentum has carried them now just outside the red zone.
10:09 to go in this opening quarter. We're scoreless here at Elmhurst. From the Bulldog 24, go the Blue Jays. Tight end in motion. Goes back to the left side. Acosta's going to take and fake. Feels pressure. Ashman got him by the ankles, and the Bulldog defenders bring him down for a sack. Wadeus Ashman in there like a flash of lightning. Cleaned up by LaRue and Broom, and that's the first Bulldog sack of the season.
Yeah, Acosta had nowhere to go there. Triple teamed as the Bulldog defensive line just surged through. And that's a big play to try to halt some of that momentum we were just talking about for the Blue Jays, putting them behind the sticks here as this sets up 2nd and 17.
Wadeus Ashman, the linebacker, the junior from Troy, could be a good one here this season. Kind of broke onto the scene last year for Coach Deere. It's a 2nd down and 17 for the Blue Jays outside the Bulldog 30. Right at the 31, Acosta takes, throws quickly, catches bobbled, but made inside the 25. Sets up a more manageable third down. The reception out there by Jacob Cockrell, the sophomore wide receiver from Georgia.
Yeah, Cockrell bobbled it there for a moment, but able to salvage it for a nice little gain, and then eventually brought down by A.J. Pipkins.
9:05 to go in our opening quarter. It's a 3rd and 9. Bulldog defense looking to force another fourth down, but Elmhurst is 1 for 1 on fourth, 1 for 2 on third down. Acosta's going to line up in the pistol. He has Aiden Pollock behind him. Acosta, he's going to take, and they're going to run on third down. Looking for something over the right side. A little bit of room, but not much, but puts them in a 4th and about 2 or 1 situation as Pollock just found some room along that right side of the offense.
Yeah, Pollock able to scamper through, and this sets up an interesting scenario. Looks like they're going to leave their offense on the field. Not a hesitation from Mike Murray and his coaching staff. They're going to go for this one.
Yeah, if you went for it earlier near midfield, you're definitely going for this one. It's a 4th and 2 with 8:10 to go in the opening quarter. Football is at the Adrian College 16. Elmhurst to the line, 2 receivers out to the left, 1 alone to the right. Tight end tight to the line on the left. Acosta's in the shotgun, sends his tight end to the middle of the line. Pollock's going to take, cut to the left side. Oh, it's going to be close. Stacked up at the 15. I'm not sure he got it, Calvin. Bulldogs pointing their way, and this might be a stop on the opening drive.
I think they held him, Ian. Didn't look like Pollock was able to get to that first down marker, and that's what the verdict's going to be. Bulldog football. They get a huge stop in their own red zone.
That was a great job by that outside contain man. He forced the running back into the middle where his teammates were waiting for him. So Elmhurst drives but does not score. We're scoreless with 7:46 left in the opening quarter. And we're going to have the debut of Brady Raymond, the freshman quarterback from Pinckney, Michigan. The southpaw has Sal Paterno off to his right. Two receivers out wide to the right. Brady takes, gives to Paterno. Jumping through the middle of that line, Paterno dives ahead for a handful. Puts him in a second down and medium.
About a 4-yard pickup for Paterno on the play. Senior from Pinckney, Michigan. So
bit of a pipeline to Adrian, huh? From Pinckney, just down the road.
Yeah, Coach Deere loves recruiting guys from that Pinckney area. Both of the guys in the backfield, both the quarterback Raymond and the running back Paterno, both hailing from Pinckney.
Raymond will take this shotgun snap, give to Paterno again. Can't get through the initial stop. And that is made for a loss of 1. So we're at a third and call it 7. And we're probably going to see the first collegiate pass for Brady Raymond here. And a third and long on the road opening weekend. We'll see if he's up to the task.
Yeah, talk about a pressure situation to be thrown into as a freshman. And want to credit the inside linebacker for the Blue Jays, Jake Masco, coming through with a big tackle there in the backfield for the Blue Jays.
Bulldogs looking at a 3rd and 7. Raymond's going to take. He's going to be a quarterback runner. Brady stumbles and dives toward the 25. I think he got enough for that first down. And they're going to move the chains on a quarterback draw for Brady Raymond. So we will not see the first collegiate pass. Instead, a 7.5-yard run and a Bulldog first down.
Yeah, great speed from Raymond. Talking to him earlier this week, he said that, it's taken some getting used to develop his passing game, but his run game was already present in high school. That's something he heavily relied on, so expect to see more of that moving forward this afternoon.
Sal Paterno stays in the backfield with his freshman quarterback, the senior tailback. He's going to get a run fake. It's going to be a pass out. It's going to be caught for about a 4-yard carry. The reception made by Ben Koloski, and there is the first collegiate completion for Brady Raymond.
He said that Koloski was going to have to step up this afternoon with the absence of Keontae Townsend. Nice just lateral pass there to Koloski into the flat and had some room to pick up a short gain.
Brady Raymond with 1 rush for 8 yards, 1 pass for 6 yards. It's a 2nd and 4. Raymond in the shotgun with Paterno off to his right. He'll take the snap. It's going to be a give to Paterno, left side. Sal cuts it upfield. He's near the line to gain. He's got a Bulldog first down, needed 4 and got 5. So the Adrian defense makes a stop, and now the offense starting to do their thing.
Yeah, great blocking there. Rolling out for the Bulldogs. You saw the likes of Nate Bennett and Jack Shashela just really moving out in front of their running back to give him some space to advance for the first down.
Opening possession for Adrian. We're scoreless here at Elmhurst, approaching 5 minutes left in this opening quarter. Raymond takes, gives. It's going to be a rush up the middle for the Bulldogs, and there is some room for number 25 with the rush, Anthony Greer. He's a junior from Rockwood, Michigan, went to Carlson High School, his first carry of the year, and that Bulldog interior did their job.
Yeah, nice to see the variety of this running game for the Bulldogs. Paterno getting a breather on the sideline right now. Greer steps in and puts together a nice carry.
Number 85, Tyler Poyer, the tight end, is out there. 6'1", 218. He's a grad student from Florida. Also, Ryan Brumley, a tight end, 6'5", nearly 260 out of Powers Catholic. He's out in the formation. Raymond with a 2nd down and 3. It's going to be a give to Greer. Bobbled it for a moment. He's streaking toward the line to gain. Last moment push through gives him a first down. Shoestring tackle by Chris Reeves, and Greer was off to the races if he doesn't make that tackle.
Yeah, Really nice tackle made by Reeves to stop Greer's progress. Got a little nervous there for a second as he bobbled the ball in the backfield, but able to secure it and turn upfield.
Adrian College, first possession of this football game. They're approaching the 50-yard line. Mark it at the 47, right hash. 1st and 10 for Raymond and the offense. Paterno back in the backfield. 2 receivers far out to the left. Raymond, he's going to roll to the left. Brady steps up into the pocket. He's got a little bit of room. Getting pushed forward for about 5 yards. The initial throw wasn't there. Brady just tucked and ran it for a good gain on 1st down.
I love what I'm seeing from Raymond so far. Just unafraid to go into the middle of the field and take hits in order to gain some yardage. So another tough run from him again, right up the middle.
Bulldogs with the football here. 2nd down and 5. First play inside Elmhurst territory here this afternoon. At the 48-yard line. Raymond looking with 3:21 left in the first quarter. It's a 2nd and 5 for the Bulldog offense. Raymond, quick pass, tipped and intercepted. Going back the other way are the Blue Jays, and that's going to be a pick 6. Picked off by number 8, Bryce Gable, the linebacker from Granville, Michigan. Picks off Brady Raymond, runs it back for 50-plus yards for the first touchdown of this football game.
Not the way that Raymond has imagined the first drive of his collegiate career going, but credit Gable. Not sure who Raymond was looking for over the middle, but Gable really got up in the air to snatch that one, and from there showed off some nice speed to break away and had plenty of green grass to run into for the pick 6, excuse me.
3:06 left in the first, our opening score. And it's Elmhurst 6, Adrian nothing as they line up for the extra point. And the Blue Jays line up for the extra point. The line drive kick is up away, and it's good. Bulldogs in a hole here in this opening quarter with 3:06 to go in it. It's Elmhurst 7, Adrian nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Welcome back to Elmhurst University, and it's been a defensive showing for both teams. We'll put a positive twist on it, Calvin, as Brady Raymond's pass was intercepted and taken back to the house by Bryce Gable for Elmhurst for the touchdown. Adrian's defense gets a 4th down stop, then the offense turns it over directly into points. Bulldogs trailing 7-0 with 3:06 to go in the first, and the young quarterback gets a chance right away.
Yeah, definitely a little bit demoralizing when you get a big stop on defense, gradually advancing up the field during your drive, and then just a miscue from Raymond costs the Bulldogs 7 points. The good news is we've still got a lot of time left in this one, just about 12 minutes into the football game.
And the run-up and the kick. This will be angling toward the sideline and flies out of bounds. The Elmhurst kicker was Malachi Correa. He's listed as a tight end, a freshman from Canton, Illinois. And that kickoff goes out of bounds on the Bulldogs side of the field. So some good field position to start for Raymond and company. How do you shake off an early INT if you're a young quarterback?
Really, I think it's all about having that next play mentality, shaking off what's happened in the past, keeping the playbook simple like Coach Deere really did on that first possession. But, talk about it a lot in sports, have to have the memory of a goldfish, 5-second memory, on to the next play. Can't think about what happened in the past. Got to focus on what you can do to correct your mistakes moving forward.
Well, and instead of taking the penalty, Coach Jim Deere will have them re-kick. He thinks he has an opportunity to get a return game here this afternoon. So re-teeing that football is Malachi Correa as he receives some instruction from his coaching staff. Football will be at the 30-yard line for this kickoff. Bulldog return men are all the way up at the 20.
Andrew Thomas and A.J. Pipkins are being shown a lot of confidence by Coach Deere here. We'll see if they can deliver.
Here's a line driver caught at Pipkins. Over to 30. Cutting back to the 35, into the 40. Jumps over a man at the 50, down to the 49-yard line. And that gamble paid off as A.J. Pipkins, the sophomore from Saginaw, just flew through a bunch of Blue Jays and some serious return yardage.
Yeah, hurdled a would-be tackler. And bouncing back from that INT on the previous possession, you got great field position right at midfield to start for the Bulldogs.
I'm nowhere close to an offensive coordinator. I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to play action, see if I can get a guy in space.
I think you could be right, Ian. We'll see what they do.
It's right on the forehead of the Blue Jay here at Elmhurst University at the 49 of the home team. Brady Raymond and the offense. It's going to be a give to Paterno. Sal Paterno grabbed and thrown down after a minimal gain. Tackled out there by the defensive lineman Justin Harris. The defensive lineman, 6'3", 230-pounder, took Paterno for a ride and kind of threw him ahead an extra yard.
Yeah, it looked like Paterno didn't like what he saw to where the play was designed on the right side. Tried to cut back into the middle, and there was just nothing there. 2.5 minutes to go left in this first quarter.
7-0 Elmhurst. Bulldogs with the football. 2 receivers to the right, 1 left. Tight end is tight to the line. Raymond in the shotgun. He'll take, fake, throw it out. It's going to be caught. Seslar at the 42. Goes forward to about the 41. Puts them at a 3rd down and about 2 situation at the Elmhurst 41. So some quick, easy passes for Brady Raymond. Even the INT was a very quick pass.
Yeah, I think that's a good way for Raymond to build his confidence, is making these short passes to the outside.
Looking at a 3rd and 2 at the Blue Jays 41. Bulldogs down a score here on the road. Raymond with Paterno in the backfield with him. Brady takes, gives to Paterno, cuts back, left side, scoots toward near the 40. He needed 2. I think he got 1 yard as he was dancing in that backfield. It's going to look like a 4th down and 1 right at the Elmhurst 40, and the Bulldog offense will stay on the field and try to pick this one up.
I imagine we're just going to see the Bulldogs try to force this one right up the middle. Don't have far to go. You
hear the Elmhurst fans here get loud. It's a 4th and 1. Approaching a minute left in this opening quarter, 7-0 Blue Jays. Raymond in the shotgun with Paterno again. It's going to be a run for Raymond. Brady cuts upfield. He's got it. Bulldog first down inside the 35 to the 31. Paterno providing some blocking. And, of course, for the last number of years, they follow that man, Nathan Bennett, along that left side. 74 is fun to watch play football.
He really is. He's a big fella. You don't want to get in his way. He's plowing things clear for Raymond there. And Bulldogs needed a yard. They get much more than that, picking up about 10 with the carry from their quarterback. 1st and 10 AC. Ball at the 31-yard line of Elmhurst University. Driving here. Down to score. Raymond takes the floating shotgun snap. He steps up. He's going to tuck it and run inside the 30 to the 25. Ball's on the ground. Who's got it? It's loose at the 25. Blue Jays are saying they have possession. Waiting for word from the referee, and they do. Fumbled at the 25. Elmhurst football, and that is 2 drives with 2 turnovers by a young quarterback. Again, just untimely turnover with the Bulldogs driving down the field yet again. Thought it was a possibility as Raymond was surrounded by 4 opponents and was hit pretty hard there on the play, but yeah, just another miscue. Will give the ball back to Elmhurst here.
Raymond on the game, 2 for 3 with an INT, good for 12 yards. He has some good rushing stats. He had 4 attempts, 21 yards, but with that fumble, a second turnover for the young QB. 14 seconds left in this opening quarter. Elmhurst up 7-0 here at home. Quarterback Andre Acosta will take, give right up the middle, some speed into that second level, but couldn't get through the Bulldog linebackers as Xander had the rush on that play.
Like what we've seen from Samson Xander so far, consistently providing his team with 3 or 4 yards every down. That'll do it for the first quarter here, Ian.
Yeah, Blue Jays forced 2 turnovers on defense. Adrian forces 1. One of those turnovers by Adrian was a pick 6. Elmhurst leads 7-0 here after quarter number 1. I'm Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys alongside. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys from Elmhurst University. Adrian College Bulldog football. It is week 1 of the college football season. 7-0 Elmhurst in front, and it was 2 defensive plays by the Blue Jays that have proved to be the difference so far.
Yeah, we saw Brady Raymond on the first drive threw an interception that turned into a pick 6 for the Blue Jays to give them the 7-0 lead. And then with the Bulldogs driving deep in Elmhurst territory at about the 29, Raymond fumbles the football. Blue Jays recover, and now they'll start I believe it's their 3rd drive of the game from their own 29-yard line. The good news is the Bulldog defense has been somewhat resolute. That hasn't been the issue for them so far in this game, so ideally they can get another stop.
As we stand now, it's a 2nd down and a long 6 for the Blue Jays, and they move quickly. Trying to go on 2, the left guard thought it was on 1. We've seen that plenty of times. March them back 5 yards, the guilty party. 78, Javon Manuel, 6'3", 300-pound sophomore from Texas.
It's tough being an offensive lineman because oftentimes you're only being singled out and talked about on air when you're making a mistake and jumping with a split second. But that's what happened there and sets up a 1st and 15 for Elmhurst.
Holdings and false starts. It's a 2nd and a long. It's going to be a give to Xander. He's going to go forward for about 3 and then folded backwards by that Bulldog defender. Give him 2 on the rush.
Jacob Fetro standing tall there, wasn't going to give an inch.
Xander picks up officially a yard. 5 carries for him, 14 yards. Elmhurst needs 9.5 on this 3rd down. Adrian's defense looking to respond after the 2nd Elmhurst takeaway. Opening 30 seconds of the 2nd quarter. Acosta's going to throw. Looking right side. It's going to be caught on his knees. They say it's completed, and that's going to be a 1st down. Reception made by Max Carvel. Just found that line to gain and sat down and caught the pass. Pretty simple.
Yeah, Pat throws a little bit low from Acosta. Disabled McCarville from being able to catch it and then get any yards after the catch, but good job by McCarville to just dig in and make sure they did make the completion and sets up a 1st down for Elmhurst.
Ball placed at the 36-yard line of the Blue Jays. They move from left to right across your dial. Bulldog defense looking for a stop. Acosta's going to roll back and throw it. His tight ends caught it. Good enough for a 1st down as he scampers out of bounds along the Elmhurst University bench. Reception out there by R.J. Anderson, and they're going to actually mark him short of the line. I thought he had enough. Wadis Ashman escorts him out of play.
Yeah, it looked like he had a couple of yards to spare there, but they're going to mark that it was only a gain of 8 on the play. Interesting call there.
Brings up a 2nd and 2. 13 and 43 left in this half. It's Elmhurst 7, Adrian nothing. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys. 2nd and short. They need their own 46 for a 1st down. Xander is in the backfield behind Acosta. Acosta's going to take and give to Xander. Runs into a Bulldog, and that is Broom and Shea LaRue. Oh, my goodness. Those are 2 people I don't want to run into anywhere, especially on a football field. Loss of 1.
1-2 knockout combo there from the Bulldog defensive line. Acosta ran into a brick wall.
My goodness. 6'3" for Randall Broom. Shea LaRue, 6'4". That's a lot of people.
Yeah, Blue Jays lose a yard there, so now it'll be 3rd and 3 with 12:57 to go in this second quarter. Blue Jays leading 7-0 over the Bulldogs.
Bring in a extra body toward the line of scrimmage. They need their own 46. Elmhurst lines up in the pistol. It's Acosta with Pollock behind him. Acosta's going to look to roll and run. He's going to run up the middle. He slides for a first down. Got to the 49-yard line. A bit of a quarterback hesitation. I'm not sure if it was drawn up, but it looked really good.
Yeah, really like the awareness from Acosta to see that he wasn't going to have time to get a pass away. Saw the pocket closing on him and is just able to escape forward to pick up the first down and change.
And looking at how these teams are doing on 3rd down, Elmhurst now 2 for 4 on the afternoon. Bulldogs make it 3 for 5. Bulldogs just 1 for 2. It's 1st and 10 Blue Jays at the 49. Bulldogs show pressure. Pollock's going to run into it, get through a tackle, and get blasted on the Adrian sideline. What a massive hit. Right out of bounds. Was that Donovan McCary on the tackle? I couldn't tell. He was in on the play.
I think it was Sean Tolbert that lowered the shoulder there. Or rather,
Andrew Thomas.
It was Andrew
with the tackle.
Thomas.
The converted wide receiver. Thank you to the spotters here at Elmhurst.
Yeah, great staff here helping us out for our broadcast today. Thomas came all the way across the field to make that hit.
Yeah, he did. It was a big one. He's used to getting hit like that, being a receiver. I'm sure he loves laying out hits like that. It's a 2nd and 5 for the Blue Jays at the Adrian 46, 11:53 to go before half. Acosta's going to take. He's going to throw it quickly. Oh, it's tipped and incomplete. Nice job. A.J. Pipkins jumped in front of the route as they were looking for Cockrell again.
Yeah, Pipkins came across to break up Acosta's pass that was intended for Cockrell. As you said, thought there was a chance maybe could have picked that off, and it was just a little bit out of his reach, but got a strong right hand to it to set up an incompletion.
Big 3rd down here. Blue Jays are 3 for 5 on 3rd down. They need the Adrian College 41. Last time it was an Acosta quarterback run. He's lined up in the pistol behind Pollock. Costa's going to throw it out to Pollock, and he's tripped up right away. Play made by Wadis Ashman, and the heads-up play by the linebacker will bring the punt team on for Elmhurst. That's a nice job on defense right there, giving up a couple first downs, but really clamping down in the end.
Yeah, Ashman, great hustle to get across, and then just a low tackle, bringing down the runner. And it's going to be McCary deep to receive for the Bulldogs.
Mullet is set to receive this snap. It's a 4th and 7. Donovan McCary is back deep for the Bulldogs. Snap is low, picked up and let go by the punter. It's a nice kick. It's going to land at the 15. Take a Elmhurst roll inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line. So that's where Adrian's offense will set things up. 1st and 10, down 7-0. And if you're the Adrian defense, I'd say you've done your job. The 7 points wasn't your fault.
Yeah, absolutely. Defense has done their job. It's really just been miscues on offense that have cost Adrian so far. We were talking about Brady Raymond in his first couple of drives at the collegiate level. That was Nick Mullet's first punt at the collegiate level as a freshman, and he really averted a crisis there by picking up that low snap and getting the punt off and setting the Bulldogs up against the sticks in difficult field position.
Bulldog possession, 1st and 10. They operate from their own 12. Raymond in the backfield with Paterno. It's going to be a gift to Sal. Slipping through, spinning through a would-be tackler up to the 20-yard line. As Paterno showing some grit in the middle of that offensive line for a good run on 1st down.
Yeah, Paterno sent into the spin cycle there. Don't know how he stayed on his feet, but just pirouetted around and kept running uphill. Now it'll be 2nd and 2 with 10:38 left in this first half.
Braylon Jewell split out wide at receiver. Alone to the left, Raymond in the shotgun with Paterno off to his left side. Give this to Sal. There's room for Paterno into the secondary and finally tackled down after an Adrian College first down up to the 28-yard line. That offensive line doing some work. Included on that push was Isaiah Simon, the junior from Grass Lake.
Yeah, Patino's been impressive so far. I think he's been the best part of Adrian's offense this afternoon. I think he approaches 30 yards with that carry on the day.
So Bulldog 1st and 10 at the 28. Their own 28. Raymond is in the shotgun. It's going to be a give right through the middle. There's some room for that man along the far sideline in Elmhurst territory. That was a nice run by Anthony Greer as he can provide a little spark out of that Bulldog backfield.
Yeah, Greer bursts down that right sideline, gains separation, and explodes ahead to advance the Bulldogs on to the Elmhurst 40-yard line.
Where it will be a 1st and 10. Greer gets a play off as Paterno checks back in.
Looks like it's going to be closer to the Elmhurst 44 here. I believe that's the biggest play we've seen from scrimmage so far in this game.
9.5 to go in this half. 7-0 Blue Jays. It's a give now to Paterno. Some room over right guard as Paterno gets pushed ahead for about 6 or 7. And this offensive line is really imposing themselves on the Blue Jays front. They're opening holes for these tailbacks.
Yeah, it took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry.
O-linemen have really done a great job of opening up space for Paterno and Greer to run into, as we've seen on these last couple of downs. You predicted that we were going to see the Bulldogs rely on the run game so far in this one, and that's really been their best attribute so far in this game.
Paterno is the running back there with Brady Raymond. Raymond's going to throw. Nowhere to go. Brady rolls out to the left. There's a flag on the play as Brady gets dragged down. It would be a 1st down, but it's looking like this one's going to come back as the flag is in the offensive backfield.
Holding. Number 56 on the offense.
As Raymond left the pocket, the flag came flying out. The guilty party, Isaiah Simon. So wipe out the 1st down, and it will be a 2nd and long.
I will say, although Raymond fumbled on the previous drive, he's looked really, really good running the football when he's had to scramble out of the pocket, and we saw that again there, although the play is going to come back and sets up 2nd and 13 for Adrian College.
It's at the Elmhurst 47. Bulldogs down a score. This is their 3rd possession. Raymond stands in the shotgun, low snap. Give is to Greer. Oh, and he goes into a flock of Blue Jays, and they tackle him for no gain. It'll be a 3rd and long.
Yep, difficult scenario here for the Bulldogs, and have to imagine they're going to have to draw up a pass play here coming up on 3rd down and long.
They will sub in some personnel. Number 5 checks into the game, Paterno. At wide out is Braden Jewell.
Keep an eye on Jewell and Koloski.
They're out there on the left side of the formation. Tyler Poyer tight to the line. Raymond feeling some pressure. Brady's going to stroll out to the left, throw to Poyer. Gets to the 45 and gang tackled after about a 4-yard reception. So the first catch of the season for Tyler Poyer, the H-back / tight end, puts the Bulldogs at a 4th and long, and we'll see the punt team. And one of, if not the best in the conference, Sam LaFata, will put foot to leather here. The junior from West Bloomfield will see his first punt of the season.
We were watching LaFata in warm-up, and he's got an absolute cannon for a left leg. See if the Bulldogs can pin Elmhurst inside their own 10 here. Certainly the goal for LaFata here.
7:15 to go in the half. 7-0 Blue Jays. LaFata will take the snap. The left-footed punter sends it. It's a line drive spinner. Going to bounce to the 15, roll inside the 10. Bulldogs are going to down this at the 5-yard line. So Sammy LaFata with a 37-yard punt inside the 10-yard line. And the defense will go back to work.
We're going to take a timeout right now with the high temperatures. I think it's going to be a hydration break with just over 7 minutes, 7:01 up on the clock here in the second quarter. Again, the Bulldogs trailing 7-0 on the road against the Elmhurst Blue Jays.
Well, it's 86 degrees here in Elmhurst. kind of cloudy skies. I'd say partly cloudy. Back in Adrian, it's 84 degrees, so they'll take a hydration break. We'll take one as well. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Bulldogs trail Elmhurst 7-0 here in the second quarter. You're listening to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Welcome back on Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys with you from Elmhurst University, where it's 1st and 10 from the Blue Jay 5. It's going to be a handoff and a drop for loss, as I believe Pollock had that rush, and the Bulldog defenders playing downhill made a stop. Bidwell with a tackle for loss.
Yeah, great play by Bidwell there. Been really impressed by this defensive front for the Bulldogs so far today. Really been winning the battle. I think really on both sides of the ball, Bulldogs have been better at the line of scrimmage in terms of, dictating what's able to happen, at least with the ground game.
Lone touchdown was a a pick six by Bryce Gable of Elmhurst, and that has been the only score. Offenses have yet to find anything. Acosta from his own end zone. Bulldogs show some pressure, and I think they got a Blue Jay to jump, as Wadis Ashman is trying to do the official's job and say it's a false start.
He's trying to help him out, Ian.
He said that's what it is. It's a false start. And that's half the distance to the goal. So back him up to the 2, where will be a 2nd and long for Acosta and the offense.
Yeah, difficult situation to be in.
Bulldogs need a disciplined rush. Don't rush past the quarterback, because we've seen Acosta run.
And we'll see if they rely on Samson Zander like they have so often today.
5.5 to go in the half.
They've got Pollock in the backfield.
Acosta under center has trouble with it, and I think we got another false start as the tackle was made just outside the goal line as they try to do a simple under center exchange, and it's another false start. This one will be on Larson Lovelace, and the Blue Jays got a case of the jitters here deep in their own territory.
Yeah, it's definitely a pressure situation. It looked like if that flag had not been thrown, we possibly could have seen a safety on that previous play. So Blue Jays just trying to get out of their own end here.
Ball is inside the 1-yard line. It's a 2nd and 14 for the home team from Elmhurst. We hear some of the Bulldog fans get loud here, and a whistle stops play. So there's a timeout called on the field. And Elmhurst will call the timeout. Calvin, what do you do backed up inside the 1? If you've had a couple pre-snap penalties, what's this conversation like?
I think it's just getting things sorted out, making sure your O-line does their job, because at the end of the day, I don't think with the way this Bulldog team is pass rushed that Acosta is going to have a lot of time in the pocket to get a throwaway. They just need to pound this ball up the middle and gain some positive yardage to avoid maybe giving up a safety, because this Bulldog defense has been menacing so far in this one. You talked about the Bulldog fans in the stands here. We saw a great deal of them across the street in the parking lot tailgating, so despite the long drive here on the road, it's not just me and you who are excited for this Bulldog football season to get started. Plenty of fans coming out to support the Dogs today.
Yes, and no away stands across the field, so they are down and to our left for the visiting stands here at Elmhurst.
Well, Mike Murray got a chance to talk to his team, and I feel like we've already seen a great deal of big plays so far in this game between 3rd and 4th downs. Now we see a 2nd down with Elmhurst just trying to get out of their own territory inside their own 1-yard line.
Where we'll be 2nd and 14, approaching 5 minutes to go in this opening half. Bulldogs show pressure. Acosta's going to throw. He's looking deep. It's a jump ball. It's going to be hit to the ground and incomplete. On the pass coverage for the Bulldogs was Andrew Thomas, as they were looking for Max McCardle. It's one-on-one, and A nice pass break up, and Thomas, he was going up for that football too. He had a shot at it.
Thomas did have a shot at it. That one was falling right into his lap, and I think McCarville, the roles were reversed a little bit there where he had to get his hand in and swat it away from the DB.
Adrian known for these big physical corners. We see it there. It's a 3rd and forever. 3rd and 14 from the Elmhurst 1-yard line. Pollock is in the backfield with Acosta, the quarterback. Acosta's going to give it off. He's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and about the 3 or 4 yard line is where he goes. And the punt by Adrian, Sam Lafada, results in good field position, hopefully here for the offense when they get the ball back.
Yeah, we've seen struggles on offense so far in this game for Adrian, but defense and special teams has really been on point. And this brings up an interesting scenario. The Blue Jays had difficulty with their snap on their last punt that they had. Now they're backed up on their own end, and the freshman Nick Mullet is put in a pressure situation here with not a lot of room to work with back there.
The freshman from right here in Illinois. And the snap is good. The kick is good as well. Thomas with a chance to return this, or Pickens, excuse me. He's up over the 25, near the 20, and driven down. And that is some great field position. A net punt of about 20 yards, Calvin. And that was a solid return by, it was Thomas on the return.
It was Thomas on the return. It was a kick that had distance from Mullet, but it didn't hang in the air very long. So the Blue Jays special teams unit didn't have a lot of time to get up to Pipkins. He had a lot of room to run into and had about 15 free yards to run into, setting up the Bulldogs in really good field position to try and level this score, down 7-0.
4 and 15 left in this half. Brady Raymond and company with another possession. 2 turnovers and a punt so far for this Adrian offense. Here's Paterno right up the middle into the linebacking core and tackled right there. Nice push for about 8 yards for Paterno. Adrian's rushing average just over 6 yards per carry. That's between Paterno and Greer.
Really like what we've seen from both of the Bulldogs running backs so far. Have to imagine they'll continue to rely on Paterno here in the red zone.
Under 4 to go in this half. Paterno bouncing through at the line of scrimmage, goes ahead for 2 as he needed 3. We'll look at a 3rd and short here. Late stages first half.
Credit Bryce Gable again, had that pick 6 to give Elmhurst the lead. That time he surges into the backfield and wraps up the legs of Paterno for a short gain. Gable's an integral part of this Blue Jay defense. He's made numerous big tackles and then obviously that interception for them so far.
And they put the ball 2 yards from the line to gain. They need the 11. Raymond in the shotgun. Brady's going to run it himself, get through that initial rush, and he's got a Bulldog first down inside the 10 as he gets rugby pushed further inside the 10-yard line as that offensive line had a bit of fun there pushing their quarterback ahead.
Yeah, big Nate Bennett got behind the pile and started. It was full steam ahead for the Bulldogs. They're able to pick up some extra yardage. Love what we've seen from the O-line here today.
So we'll look at a 1st and goal for Adrian College inside the red zone.
Like the ball's at about the 7-yard line here for Adrian.
Going to bring in a tight end, Nick MacArthur, 6'4", 270 out of Florida. He'll be into line. Couple tight ends bunched up to the left side. Raymond is in the shotgun with Paterno. One receiver alone up to the top. Bulldogs looking to tie things up. It's a give to Paterno. Sal's going to try to bounce it out. He's hit at the 10 and dropped for a loss as Justin Harris, the defensive lineman, made that play. The young sophomore got in that backfield in a hurry.
Yeah, Harris, really good quickness there. Paterno tried to stay on his feet, but Harris got just enough of him to bring him down for the tackle. 2nd and goal here with the clock ticking down in this first half. 2:05 to go.
7-0 Blue Jays on an interception return for a touchdown. Bulldogs started this drive inside the 25 of the Blue Jays off a good punt return by Andrew Thomas. Brady Raymond, the young quarterback, stands in the shotgun. Somebody moved early, and there is a flag at the line of scrimmage. There's a flag at both receiver spots. Somebody jumped.
That one wasn't hard to detect. All the referees were picking up on that movement.
Slight breeze now blowing in the offense's face. We get the call. And it's a false start on the Adrian offense. That's Tyler Poyer. So they go from a second and goal inside the 5, or rather first and goal inside the 5, to now a second and goal at the 14.
$1:46 left on the clock here. For Adrian, it's crucial to put points on the board here going into this halftime break.
The freshman quarterback from Pinckney looking to complete a drive here with some points.
I have to imagine they'll look pass here with 4 receivers.
Oh, there's Brady. He's going to run through the middle. Raymond to the 10, 5, dragged down inside the 5. And that quarterback draw worked nicely there for the Bulldogs. On offense, good call by offensive coordinator Harry Bailey. Put the ball at the 4.5, where it will be a third and goal for the Bulldogs. 90 seconds to go in the half.
Huge play coming up here. I think the Blue Jay defense was fooled just like myself with 4 receivers out. They didn't expect the run, and it's just Raymond with the QB draw into open space.
That just looks like a play call from last year with Aaron Jenkins. And the Adrian offense looks to their sideline, and I think Coach Deere is going to let the play clock run down and call a timeout. As Jim gets the timeout with 60 seconds left in this opening half. Bulldogs knocking on the door. We'll be right back with a third and goal for Adrian. I'm Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt and Calvin Keys. 59 seconds left in the opening half. Defenses have shown up early. We're looking for the first offensive touchdown as Elmhurst scored on an interception return. Bulldogs looking at a third and goal from the Blue Jay 4.
Yeah, Bulldogs with a promising chance to put points on the board. 59 seconds left in this first half. Down 7-0. They have the ball at the 4-yard line. Third and goal.
Adrian with already 116 yards rushing. Paterno, the running back in the backfield with Brady Raymond. Blue Jays crowd that line of scrimmage. It's a quarterback sprint out for Raymond to the left. Throws. It's too high for Poyer. And it falls incomplete as they had Tyler Poyer streaking down on a drag route. And we'll see the field goal unit for Adrian College. And the coaching staff knew they had it. Just a little high on the throw. So trotting out to attempt this field goal is Alec Milley, a sophomore from Woodhaven. He started the season with a kickoff. He's got a bit of a breeze in his face, not too bad for the young sophomore. Ashman will hold. Snap good, hold good, kick up away. It's a wobbler, but it's good. And the first points of the Adrian College Bulldog football season is a field goal attempt and make for Alec Milley. So an offensive possession, Calvin, that ends in points, you got to feel okay. You don't feel great because of the short field, but you scored.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a 14-yard field goal. Milley made it look easy, and now at least going into the halftime break, you have points on the board and you cut the deficit to 4. So now the Bulldogs will kick it back away to Elmhurst with 54 seconds on the clock. Do you think they'll look to take a shot down the field, or are they just going to take this one into halftime?
Well, why not? You have plenty of time. You have a couple of timeouts left. So see what you got on the first play. What I've seen is run the ball on first down. If you get a big rush, then you kind of hurry things up. But we'll see the strategy here from the Elmhurst coaching staff and Mike Murray. That Bulldog drive started at the Elmhurst 21-yard line. They go 7 plays, 17 yards, and they end with that field goal by Alec Milley.
Milley back out there to kick this one away. 54 seconds left on the clock.
Bulldogs kicking from right to left. Millie with the run-up and the right-footed kick. It's a high, short kick. It's going to bounce to the 30, and Adrian's on that football. I think they have it, Calvin. Because that was a live football, and the Blue Jays didn't jump on it. The Bulldogs do, and it's an Adrian possession at the 28.
What a turn of events. Millie lobbed that one up in the air, wasn't able to see who recovered it. The team is giving their kicker a pat on the back, a huge play, and now we're talking about potentially trying to take the lead into halftime here with 52 seconds left. Bulldogs still have 2 timeouts, and they're going to get the ball here at the Elmhurst 28 in extremely favorable field position.
Yeah, back-to-back drives inside the Elmhurst 30 to start the drive. You'd like to punch this one in if you're this Adrian offense, a gift from the Blue Jays special teams. And a Bulldog football, 1st and 10 at the right hash of the 28-yard line. 52 seconds left in this half. Bulldogs with 2 timeouts.
Boy, this first half has had a little bit of everything, hasn't it, Ian?
Yes, it has, Calvin. 1st and 10 for Raymond and company. He's going to drop the ball, pick it up, and get sacked. Boy, near tragedy for the Adrian freshman. He put the ball on the brand new turf here at Elmhurst and lucky to fall back on it. He's had, let's be honest, he's had a couple of freshman jitters for this Adrian offense with the interception, a fumble lost, and now a fumble right there. So,
yeah, I think we've seen jitters from Raymond. We've also seen a lot of promise. I mean, he's done a good job running the football. He's had a couple of nice completions. So I think what's important as a young guy right now is for the Adrian coaching staff to continue to put confidence in him moving forward and, be encouraging so that, he has the ability to settle in and really find his game here because we still have 30 more minutes of football coming up after the halftime break.
Give credit on that prior kickoff coverage. Brett Allen jumped on that football for Adrian College. Thanks to the spotter and the statistician here at Elmhurst. That was from the far side of the field, right in front of the Adrian sideline. So off of that high arcing kickoff, hit the ground, and Allen jumped on the football for Adrian. But the fumble on first down makes it 2nd and 14, now at the 32-yard line. The senior Paterno back there with the freshman Brady Raymond.
The old tried and true for the Bulldogs with Raymond and Paterno in the shotgun formation. We've seen that a lot so far in this game.
2nd and long. Blue Jays looking to hold here. They show some pressure. The young southpaw from Pinckney looks on, takes the snap. He looks, throws right sideline, caught out there. That was Sessler on the reception in front of the Bulldogs sideline. Yeah, he's close to the line to gain. It might just be a yard short, but a good comebacker catch and throw.
I think the big thing, too, with not a lot of time left on the clock, Sessler was able to get out of bounds. Smart play running that route to the outside of the field to preserve the clock. And that's Sessler's first reception of the game, I do believe.
Call it a 3rd and a long 2. On the right hash. Clock has stopped. 38 seconds left in this half. It's a 7-0 Elmhurst University lead on an interception return for a touchdown. Bulldogs on the cusp of the red zone. Raymond in at quarterback. He'll take the shotgun snap. Give to Paterno, and he did not quite get the first down. Is that a defensive lineman shed his block and made a tackle? It'll be a 4th and short. And a quick timeout on the field. Adrian calls the timeout. Bulldogs call that timeout with 31.8 to go. 4th and short, I think you're going for it.
Yeah, have to go for it. Really good opportunity on the Elmhurst side of the football field. I was interested by that play call there on 3rd down to hand it off. I guess it is the safer play than looking to air it out, but then you see they had to use their timeout because Paterno brought down. The clock continues to run. Just got about 32 seconds left now. But now we have to imagine we're going to see either Paterno or Greer right up the middle for the Bulldogs just to get this yard. And I believe with the first down, that would stop the clock.
Looking at Sessler, that was his 2nd reception, his long for the game right there, 12 yards. He has 18 on the afternoon. He leads all Bulldog receivers, but they haven't really had to throw the ball too much. It's a 4th and short, 32 seconds left in this half. 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs at the Elmhurst 19. They need the 18. Raymond with Greer in the backfield. Brady takes. Raymond gets a block from Greer, slides down, and gosh, he is close. He is right there at the line to gain.
It's all going to depend on where they spot it. Yeah. Looked like he tripped there in the backfield.
He did. He put his arm out to follow Greer and slid down, and they're going to say it's an Elmhurst football. Turnover on downs. Adrian cannot convert a 4th and 1. And the referee took a look and said that is not enough for an Adrian first down, and a turnover once again by this Adrian offense.
Feels like it's been bad break after bad break for Adrian in this first half. And, yeah, unfortunate as Raymond tripped up, just had to stay up for a second longer and probably would have got that first down.
27 seconds left in this half. Elmhurst 7, Adrian 3, and Acosta and company will line up to take a knee, and they will expire the rest of this first half clock. We've hit the break from Elmhurst, Illinois. It's the home team Blue Jays 7, the visiting Bulldogs 3. We are at halftime. A defensive touchdown and an Adrian College field goal. That's the only scoring here in week 1. Calvin, initial thoughts on the first half?
I think the Bulldogs were their own worst enemy in that first half with some of the mistakes they made offensively. Special teams was great. Defensively, they were pretty rock solid. But I think just if they can get things cleaned up on offensively, I actually really like their chances for the second half. As for Elmhurst, weren't able to get a lot going on the offensive side of the ball, but made some really key defensive plays to force turnovers, and that's the reason why they're ahead 7-3 going into halftime.
All right, we are halfway through game 1 of our college football season. I'm Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys joining me. It's halftime from Elmhurst. It's 7-3 Blue Jays here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back. It is halftime here at Elmhurst University. It is an Adrian College deficit here in week one of our college football season. It is 7-3 in favor of the home team. Bulldogs netting a field goal in that second quarter. The Elmhurst offense has not scored. They did score an interception return for a touchdown. Welcome back. We are just outside Chicago, Illinois. I'm Ian Wendt. Calvin Keys joining me not only today, but the rest of this Adrian College football season, and a lot to digest from the first half. I'll tell you how we got to where we were. The Blue Jays took the kickoff, started a drive from their own 31. They went 13 plays, 54 yards, 7 minutes off the clock. The Bulldogs turned them over on downs at the Adrian 16. Next up, Adrian started a possession. They went 9 plays, 85 yards, took up, this was, I think that's flipped around. Oh, no, it was the Adrian possession. 9 plays, 85 yards, an interception return for a touchdown. That was the scoring drive there. Then the Bulldogs received the kickoff, and they started at the Elmhurst 49-yard line. They went 5 plays, 18 yards. That was a fumble by Brady Raymond and a turnover for the Bulldogs. Next, Elmhurst at their own 25. They go 9 plays, 27 yards. Bulldogs force a punt, and the ensuing Adrian possession goes into that second quarter. They go 7 plays, 45 yards, and they are forced to punt. Then the Blue Jays take over once again. They go 3 plays, minus 1 yard, and forced to punt from deep inside their own
nearly saw a safety on that possession.
Nearly a safety on that one. And then it's an Adrian College possession from the Elmhurst 21. They're able to go 17 plays and 7 yards. They come away with 3 points, and the kick was made by Millie for Adrian College. That made the score 7-3. And then the ensuing kickoff, Millie kicks it high up in the air, lands at the Elmhurst 30. Nobody returns it for the Blue Jays. Adrian slides under it. They take over 1st and 10, and they turn it over on downs at the Elmhurst 19-yard line. The Blue Jays would take a knee and go to the half, probably in their mind, thankfully, up 7-3. So that's a drive recap, and a couple promising Adrian drives ending not the way they would like to, but that is the scoring summary. Calvin, let's take a look at some of our statistical leaders for that first half.
Yeah, for the Bulldogs, they really relied on their ground game in that first half. Specifically, Sal Paterno, he did a great job, gained 44 yards, or 41 total, and really did an exceptional job on 12 carries, was probably the most leaned upon member of the Bulldog offense. Anthony Greer also had 4 carries for 39 yards. On the other side of things, Elmhurst's run game was headed up by Samson Zander. He had 5 carries for 12 yards. Bulldog defense did a really good job of shutting down the run game in the first half. Brady Raymond, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, was 4 for 6, throwing a pick 6 and picked up 28 yards in the air, and also picked up 33 on the ground, rushing. For Elmhurst, Andre Acosta was their quarterback. He went 6 for 9, picking up 8 yards, and he was sacked once. And the receiving department, the Bulldogs were led by Cole Sessler, only had 2 receptions. Bulldogs haven't aired it out too much so far in this game, picked up 18 yards. And for the Blue Jays, it was Jacob Cockrell who had 3 catches for 8 yards. And then Sammy Lafata, Nick Mullett had some nice punts. Lafata pinning Elmhurst deep in their own end on an occasion, nearly led to a safety. And then, of course, Bulldogs' only points in this 7-3 scoreline coming from Alec Millie, who had that 14-yard field goal. And that's how things stand, with Elmhurst leading 7-3 going into this second half. Should be noted, Bryce Gable, the inside linebacker for Elmhurst, was the member of their defense who snagged that pick 6, taking the ball to the house after picking off Raymond's pass.
And if you're out there listening at home, you think, man, I've been listening to you guys, and it sounds like Adrian is doing a lot better. Well, let's look at some of these numbers. Rushing the football, Adrian, 24 carries, 113 yards. Elmhurst, 17 rushes, just 22 yards. Total plays and yards, Bulldogs have run 30 plays for 141. Elmhurst, 26 plays, 30 yards. of total offense. So the numbers really don't add up to the score sheet, but the turnovers really balance things out. The fourth down stops for Elmhurst and the interception and, of course, the fumble.
Yeah. Going into the second half, the message from Coach Steer is pretty simple, I have to imagine. Eliminate turnovers. Right now the Bulldogs have been their own worst enemy with that interception, which led to Elmhurst's touchdown, and then the fumble. And then even we saw deep in the red zone, there was an incompletion on 3rd and goal from Raymond, who wasn't able to find his receiver, and then was tripped up on the ensuing possession from the red zone as well, short on 4th and 1 to turn things over. So it's really the simple execution. The Bulldogs are doing things right on defense, and their ground game's going well too, but it's just eliminating those small errors that are really holding them back from having the lead in this football game right now.
Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys on the Adrian College Sports Network. It's an Adrian deficit, 7-3. They will get the football to start this third quarter. Looking at some of the defensive numbers quickly, Wadis Ashman leads the Adrian defense with 4 total tackles, 1 for loss. Randall Broom with 3 tackles and 2 for loss. And Riker Bidwell with 3 tackles and 1 of those for a loss. So, I mean, that Adrian defense looks as good as ever. We'll see if Brady Raymond can shake off that first half and put the ball in the end zone a couple times. The ability certainly is there. I mean, we see the talent. He won the starting job. It is his football team. He'll have to put them on his shoulders and his left throwing arm to get them into the win column here in week 1. But, look at those possessions, the way they ended. You're talking, pick 6, fumble, turnover on downs. You have to eliminate that in this second half. The old coaching adage is, I want every drive to end in a kick, whether it's a punt or a field goal or an extra point. You want to end in a kick, not the way a couple drives have ended for Adrian. So if they can flip that around, I think they'll be just fine.
That's a great way of putting it, Ian. I've actually never heard that before, but
okay.
It's a great way of looking at it. I think for Raymond, made some crucial errors in that first half, but have faith in the youngster. There's a reason why he's the starter. We've seen his ability to scramble when he's pressured in the pocket. Just needs to hone in some of that accuracy and really focus on ball security in the second half, and I think the Bulldogs will be just fine.
And if you're Elmhurst looking to put a bow on this football game, it's been being opportunistic, jumping on that loose ball, forcing fumbles, and being in the right spot, things that they did well defensively in that first half. Look, their defense scored their only points, and they certainly played like it at times, especially against that passing attack for the Bulldogs, and when it really mattered in those money plays, those 4th down and 3rd down plays.
Yeah, the Bulldogs haven't given Elmhurst much in this game, but everything Elmhurst has been given, they've taken full advantage of it, so full credit to them.
All right, Elmhurst will kick things off. That's number 4, Max McCarville will kick things off, left to right. Bulldogs deep for this return. The run-up and the kick, it's an angled kick. It's going to be picked up by Adrian's A.J. Pipkins. Pipkins along the left side, slips through one tackle at the 25, stumbling and falls at the 26 as he went east and west, but give him the 27, actually, the official spot for an Adrian College 1st and 10.
Boy, the Bulldogs certainly have some dangerous returners, don't they? As soon as
they
Pipkins
do.
and Thomas give them an ounce of space, they'll take a mile. They're pretty quick. They get up to speed at a rapid rate, and good job by the Elmhurst defense. Strength in numbers. Took a couple guys to bring them down, but if everyone's doing their job, then there's no room for a big return for Pipkins.
Braden Jewell out wide to the left. He's the wide receiver. Brady Raymond, and at quarterback, Sal Paterno in the backfield. It's a give to Paterno. It's a counter run to the left side. Paterno following the blocking of Tyler Poyer. Give him about 5, maybe 6 on the Adrian College first play from scrimmage, following big bad Nate Bennett. And if you are running behind 74, you feel like you're in good hands.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the Bulldogs are in good hands continuing to feed Sal Paterno because he's been a massive part of their offense, and he's really come through time and time again for them so far in this game.
I'd feel safe crossing the street with Nate Bennett next to me, I'll tell you that. The Adrian College left tackle. Brady Raymond throws into the flat, completed pass, and an Adrian first down to the sideline as we hear a emphatic clap from the coaching staff and a completed pass to Ben Kolaski. his second catch of this football game, and it's an Adrian first down.
Great work by Koloski, making the snag and then turning up that far sideline, seizing the green grass in front of him, moves the chains.
Beautiful new turf here at Elmhurst, new field, new track.
Beautiful campus, too. Got a chance to walk around a bit pregame. A lot of rustic brick buildings and a really beautiful campus to be able to come and broadcast a football game.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line, and Greer is going to take that handoff and go nowhere. Tried to bounce it out to the right side. A bit of a trouble with that snap back to Raymond. It did get the handoff, no gain, 2nd and 10.
Yep, nice work defensively by the Blue Jays, not allowing any room for the Bulldog rushing offense on the inside or the outside. And now we're seeing Anthony Greer back out there for the Bulldogs. We haven't seen him for a while. Got some action in the first half, and he's really looked good as well, backing up Paterno.
2 tight ends line up to the left side of that formation. Raymond in the shotgun with Greer next to him. The give is to Greer. He'll go over to the left side. Not too much. They pick him up and send him back. Making that tackle is the man that scored the only touchdown today, and that's Bryce Gable. The tackle after 3 yards picked up on 2nd down. Early 3rd down test here for Raymond and the offense.
Looked like Gable wanted to take Greer home with him after the game there. Just kept running with him.
Going to give him a campus tour. Let's carry him around.
Show him all the sights around Elmhurst University.
Big physical linebacker. 6 foot, 235. He's a grad student from the Mitten. 3rd down and 7 for Brady Raymond and company. 4 receivers out wide. Raymond looking right side, caught. Looking for the yardage up near the 50. Catch made by Paterno out in the pattern. He's right to the 50. That's going to be a yard or so short of this yard to gain. And the Bulldogs are unable to convert, and they look over to the sideline for Coach Deere, what he's going to call. And the punt unit stays on the sideline, and they're going to go for this 4th down.
4th and 2 coming up here. 3 minutes into this second half.
Adrian 1 for 2 on 4th down here in this football game. Under 12 to go in this 3rd quarter. It's 7-3 Elmhurst. Bulldogs right at the 50. It's a 4th and a long one. They call it officially 2. Raymond is in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Give to Paterno. Paterno looking to cut it up inside. He will not get taken into the backfield. Bulldogs do not convert, and they turn it over on downs. Once again, this Blue Jay defense stands tall and gives the ball right back to their offense.
And who else? We keep saying his name. Bryce Gable got over there. Looked like he got some help as well from Danny Dowling, the defensive tackle. Again, strength in numbers for the Blue Jays, working together to stop Paterno, which is not something we've said a lot this afternoon, but they come through in a key scenario there. Really, I think, went all in there, expecting the run, and they guessed right, able to get the stop. And now good field position for the Blue Jays starting at the Adrian 49.
Football is pretty simple sometimes. Win the line of scrimmage. And Adrian did not win it on that 4th down. Blue Jays operate great field position at the Adrian College 49. Acosta turns, gives. No, he's got it still. He's rolling and throwing. It's going to be caught at the Adrian 40. Tackled to the 35-yard line and a flag at the end of the play. As I think Wadis Ashman got a hold of that face mask as he took down the receiver on the play, Max McCarville. As it is, it's a 15-yard reception.
Boy, that play action fooled everyone on the field, even me up in the press box. Great misdirection there.
Yep, they're going to get Ashman on a 15-yard face mask. So you go from a missed 4th down and short, and then a long completed pass, and you tack a face mask onto that. 2 plays, 30 yards of field position.
This has really been a ground and pound type of football game. 3 yards in a cloud of dust has been the story a lot today, but like you said, big advancement here, a lot of yardage picked up thanks to that great misdirection play design.
Pollock is the running back. He's going to get the fake. Acosta throws into the flat, caught by the tight end. He's pushed out of bounds by Donovan McCary. And on that catch was Anderson, number 83, R.J. Anderson, the senior, 6'4", 240-pound tight end. Brings up a 2nd and short just outside the Bulldog 10.
Again, Elmhurst looking to extend their lead up 7-3 here with 10:45 left in the third quarter. We've got an injured player down for Elmhurst on the sideline. Looks like it's Jacob Cockrell, one of their top receivers. He's in some discomfort, so they're going to be without one of their top aerial threats for the rest of this drive, it looks like.
10.5 to go in our third quarter. Bulldog defense needs to stand up here. 3 receivers out to the left side. Acosta's going to roll to the left. Shea LaRue forces him back inside, and the Bulldogs swarm him under for the Adrian College sack. Shea LaRue escorted the quarterback back into the rush, and in on the play was Riker Bidwell to clean up the mess.
Yeah, got some help from Itor Agbenya as well, or excuse me, that was, I think, Randall Broom who helped out.
They were in the backfield in a hurry. Makes it a 3rd down and a long 6. Bulldogs on the opposite side trying to egg their defense on. They've done a great job so far, keeping Elmhurst out of the end zone. Acosta, he's going to take and look to throw. Feels pressure, rolls up, throws to the sideline. It's caught inside the 5. He's down to the 4 for an Elmhurst University 1st and 10. On the catch, that's Aiden Pollock, the running back, swung out of the backfield. Acosta had time to find him.
Pollock, native of Pella, Iowa, bursting inside the 5-yard line. Blue Jays really putting together a nice drive here.
Boy, and the way the Adrian offense has struggled, 2-score deficit seems like a mountain at this point. It's a 1st and goal Blue Jays from the Adrian College 4. Pollock lined up deep in the backfield, fullback in front of him. It's going to be a give. He's going to get maybe a yard as that middle of the Bulldog defense stands firm. Randall Broom is always on the inside of that kind of play. Big number 93, Wadis Ashman, the linebacker, loves to get his nose dirty and make plays.
Guess you could say Broom swept aside the running back there.
Yeah, you could. Yep, absolutely. I'm sure I've said that before. So it looks like a 2nd and goal. Football at the Adrian College 3. Pollock stays in at running back. He has Zach Norman in front of him, the fullback. Acosta's going to bend down under center. It's going to be a stretch play to the left side. Pollock finds his way to the end zone for the Elmhurst University touchdown. It's a 3-yard run for Aiden Pollock. And the Blue Jays turn the Bulldogs over on downs. They march 49 yards, aided by a penalty, and they rush it in for the first offensive touchdown of this football game. 8:21 left in the third quarter.
And it's Aiden Pollock closing out the drive. Had a 10-yard reception and then able to get in to the end zone for the score. Again, we're seeing a little bit of misdirection at the line of scrimmage for the Blue Jays.
On for the extra point. Looks to be McCarville. Snap, up, away, and it is plenty long enough, and it's good. So it's an Elmhurst University lead here at the home opener. 14-3 is our score. Bulldogs to get the football back. We'll pause 30 seconds. Adrian, possession when we return on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College Sports Network. I'm Ian Wendt. Calvin Keys alongside with you on the Adrian College Sports Network. Bulldog defense gives up a 49-yard drive. The first offensive touchdown scored by the Blue Jays of Elmhurst University. They lead it 14-3 here at home, and the Bulldogs will get a chance to return it. It's A.J. Pipkins with the return up over the left side and gets tripped up over the 30, about the 33-yard line. Bulldog possession again, and well, you're not going to start pressing yet, but an 11-point deficit the way this offense has sputtered at times, you're looking at a drive where you need points.
Yep. 8 minutes left in this third quarter. And, yeah, don't want to rush yourself. I think it's really just getting back to basics, slow and steady, trying to put a good drive together, avoiding any sorts of mistakes that we've seen so far in this game.
Paterno in at running back, stands to the right of Raymond. And it's going to be a run for Paterno. Take a big hit in that hole, but gain about 4 yards on the rush as the Blue Jays converge on the senior tailback, Paterno. And he's going to get subbed out for Greer.
Looked like it was Jace Zeffiro that came through and delivered a hard hit there. But Paterno get a second to catch his wind there as he was seemingly sandwiched by a couple of Blue Jay linebackers.
2nd down and 6 for Raymond and company. Looks towards Sesslar on the left side. It's going to be a run to Greer. Greer right in the middle and give him 3 yards. And even down 11, Calvin, Coach Deere sticking with the plan of we're going to run the ball a lot, and we feel like we can have an advantage at the line of scrimmage. And they have, except for maybe a handful of plays, 4th and short, 3rd and short, those scenarios. We're looking at one here, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, again, consecutive plays where they picked up around 3 yards, looking to pick up 3 more and get the first down. Slow and methodical, but it gets the job done.
Greer in the backfield with Brady Raymond. It's going to be a rollout pass for Raymond, caught by Tyler Poyer, and he's going to be dropped for no gain. Blue Jays knew that was coming and made the tackle on the graduate tight end H-back, and Adrian will punt. It's a 3-and-out for the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, Blue Jay defense read the play really well, moved right over. We've seen Raymond a lot when he hasn't seen the options downfield that he wants, tuck it and run. He had nowhere to go, so forced to just dump it off to Poyer, who was brought down at the line of scrimmage.
4th and 3. Sammy LaFada set to punt this away for the Bulldogs, his 2nd attempt of the game, with 6.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Good snap. LaFada, foot to leather. It's a monster kick. Fair caught inside the 20-yard line. Aiden Pollock, the touchdown scorer, makes the fair catch. So inside the 20, we'll see if Elmhurst can march the football. They did a good job last drive from the 49. They've really had difficulty sustaining drives when they've started in their own side.
Yeah, I would like to see them try to lean on Aiden Pollock a little bit more. He had a couple of explosive plays on their previous series, and, what I really respect about their quarterback, Andre Acosta, he's not overextending himself or trying to do too much. He knows what his capabilities are, and he's very calm and collected back there. Hasn't done a whole lot wrong today.
14-3 Elmhurst over Adrian College in our 3rd quarter. 6:12 to go in it. Acosta's in the pistol. Pollock lined up behind him. Bulldogs bring a rusher. It's a throw, a quick tip, and nearly picked off. Boy, what an athletic move out there for Adrian's 31. Cameron Smith nearly had a pick six, the freshman from Lima Senior High School. Coach Deere has talked about him a couple times. Preseason, he's got wheels.
Yeah, he really sprung forward quickly, came out of nowhere seemingly, and almost had a stroll into the end zone if he would have been able to catch that ball.
We've had a interception return for a touchdown. We've had a field goal and an offensive touchdown. The Bulldogs with the field goal. 6 and 8 to go in this 3rd quarter. Acosta, he's going to give off to Xander. Broom gets a mid on him, and Wadis Ashman cleans up the play. It's a good run, though, about 4 yards for Xander. Brings him 3rd and doable. Call it 3rd and 6.
Now, this game really has a Big Ten feel to it with a lot of defensive battle, with a lot of ground and pound rushing style offense. It's a majority of what we've seen today. That theme continues here on this drive for Elmhurst. Brings up 3rd and 6, so a chance for the Bulldog defense to come through yet again.
Looking at 3rd downs this afternoon, 50% for the Blue Jays. They're 4 of 8 this afternoon. 3rd and 6, Acosta looking to throw. He's going to step up, throw across his body, caught up over the 35 to the 40, diving and falling down over the 45. Reception made right over the middle by Gabe Holtke. His first reception of this football game. Good for a big gainer and a Blue Jay first down.
Yeah, Holtke, the senior, first catch of the game, and does it at a perfect time. needed to pick up 6 and got a big gain there. Nice route run by Holtke, and then with the pocket collapsing, nice work by Acosta to be able to find his receiver. That was a bullet.
Yeah, he had just enough time to let that thing go. It's a 1st and 10. Elmhurst at the 47. Acosta takes the pistol snap, fake run. Acosta looking middle, rolls to the right, looking for somewhere to go, throws it up. It's too far, and it's picked off, but out of bounds. Oh, an Adrian defender jumped in front, picked off the pass, but it was out of bounds as Anthony Bell nearly picked that thing off, the freshman from Detroit.
I'd love to get another look at that. Got the replay in our booth. It really looked like he kept his feet in there. It was a close one, though. Referee has a better vantage point than us here in the booth.
Yeah, he's a little closer to it.
Certainly looked like Bell kept his feet in bounds there, though.
Acosta kind of overthrew his man.
That one came right to Bell. Boy, that would have changed, shaken this game up a little bit if we would have had a pick there from Anthony Bell. Great coverage from the defensive back.
2nd and 10 for Acosta. It's going to be a give to Pollock. Getting into that Adrian secondary, about a 5-yard rush. Adrian tackle for Riker Bidwell, sophomore linebacker from Estero, Florida. He's a physical linebacker. I mean, he's all of 5'11", 210. The way he's built kind of looks like Kyle Minder, the longtime Bulldog middle linebacker, kind of a bigger build, smart player, tackling machine with 4 minutes to go. Elmhurst looking at a 3rd and 6. They converted one earlier. They're at the Adrian 48. It's going to be a give. Pollock trying to jump to the edge. Grabbed by the shoestring. It's Wadis Ashman making another tackle. He led the team in tackles in that first half. Puts Elmhurst in a 4th and 3. And for right now, the offense is staying out there for the Elmhurst coaching staff, Mike Murray. They're going to go for it. They've seemed to make every one of these type of plays so far. Every 4th down stop, every conversion. We'll see if Adrian can turn those fortunes around.
Big 4th and 3 coming up.
They need the Adrian 43. 3:05 to go in the 3rd. 14-3 Blue Jays. Bulldogs creeping up to the line. Acosta's going to throw middle. It's going to be caught for a 1st down. And Acosta slow to get up. Took a big-time hit. Anderson with the catch. They needed 3. He got 5. And once again, the Blue Jays make the play when they need to.
Another clutch throw from Acosta. Had a man right in his face. Took a hit to make a play. An even better catch by Anderson, who was being covered tightly but was able to make the catch and hold on for the 1st down.
Acosta visibly in discomfort after taking that hit on the pass. Took a hit to make a play. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 41. Off another 4th down conversion. Quarterback takes the shotgun snap, feels some Adrian pressure, steps up. There's a hold in the back of the play after Acosta jumped into the waiting arms of Wadis Ashman. And I think we'll get a hold on the Blue Jay offensive lineman as Randall Broom was right in there on the play. And that is a 10-yard walk-off. The penalty called on Don Brown. And that's an offensive lineman name if I've ever read one. Don Brown, the guilty party. Back him up 10 yards, 1st and 20.
Graduate Student Center from Tampa, Florida, booked for the hold.
Pushes them back into Elmhurst territory. It's a Blue Jay football. 1st and 20 at the 49-yard line. Bulldogs trail here 14-3. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Tailback in the backfield. Acosta, he's going to look to throw. Throws middle, caught. Slips through a tackle, up over the 45, down near the original line of scrimmage. And a catch by Jacob Cockrell. It's going to be 10 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Sean Tolbert getting a piece of Cockrell there to bring him down. Otherwise, who knows what could have happened. Cockrell had a lot of room there. And we see Andre Acosta really finding his rhythm, finding his receivers. Love the play calling here. Finally figuring out a way to solve this resolute Adrian defense and keep them on their toes.
11 of 16 for 64 yards for the Elmhurst quarterback. 2nd and 10. Go the Blue Jays. Under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. It's going to be a run off the left side. Shea LaRue influences things and a tackle in the backfield. Jonas Burnett, the freshman tailback from Evansville, Indiana, went down behind the line of scrimmage. Now it's a 3rd and 13. This is a gotta-have-it 2 downs for the Adrian defense.
Yep. And this will likely be the last play of this third quarter. 45 seconds left in it. Looks like Bulldogs dropping back to just cover that first down marker and try and get a stop here with a plentiful set of receivers here for Acosta to choose from. 3 to his right, 1 to his left.
Burnett in the backfield is going to get the draw play, and Adrian's ready for it. Wrapped up and taken down. Randall Broom with a nice play, the defensive tackle. Takes down the Elmhurst tailback, and that will be the final play of our third quarter. It was a 1-score quarter, an Elmhurst 3-yard touchdown run for their tailback, Aiden Pollock. Makes it a 14-3 score. Bulldogs trail a 4th and long for Elmhurst to start the fourth quarter. It's week 1 of the college football season. Bulldogs trail the Blue Jays 14-3. I'm Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys. We'll be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
We are back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. It's a Saturday afternoon fit for college football. Temperatures in the mid-80s, could creep up into the 90s by the end of this week. Down on the field, the Adrian College Bulldog football team is looking at a defensive 3rd and 13 for Elmhurst. They're going to line up to punt this football. It's the Blue Jays over the Bulldogs, 14-3. I'm Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys, here from Elmhurst, Illinois, just outside Chicago.
Yep, Blue Jays are going to punt here on 4th down. Biggest indication that it was Labor Day weekend is seeing all the traffic coming out of the city out to the countryside as we were heading in for this matchup.
And it was. Malachi Correa set back to punt. Snap is good. Foot to leather. It's going to be about a 15-yarder. It's going to roll to the Bulldog 20-yard line, and that's where it will rest. So about a 22-yard punt.
Yeah, don't think Mullet got the connection on that one that he wanted. Pretty short punt. Bulldogs will start this next possession on their own 20. Just looking to get anything going here. It's been a rough afternoon offensively for Adrian College. Down 14-3 here at the start of the fourth quarter. They'll begin a new drive and another opportunity to try to get some more points on the board.
Ball is on the left hash, the far side of the field. 2 receivers right, 1 left for Brady Raymond. Sal Paterno is going to get the play fake. It's going to throw out to Tyler Poyer in the flat. Poyer makes a man miss up over the 20 and thrown down near the 25-yard line. So another catch by Tyler Poyer, the grad student tight end. Pass catching extraordinaire as Poyer pulls in another one.
Guess who on the tackle? Bryce Gable throws him down out of bounds.
You didn't give me a chance to guess. Gable with 6 tackles officially. Also the interception for a touchdown. It's a 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Raymond throws it out to Seslar up over the 30. That's an Adrian College first down. So back-to-back throwing plays. I think that's the first time we've seen that this afternoon from the offensive coaches.
Yeah, I think Coach Deere's hand has gotten forced a little bit, just trailing by 11 here with 14 minutes left. You do kind of have to not a hurry-up offense, but need to make sure that you're progressing up the field in a timely manner.
Raymond takes, fakes to Paterno, throws it to the middle, and it's batted away. Bulldogs wanted a pass interference. They don't get it. They're looking for Braden Jewell. The sophomore from Petersburg, Michigan, went to Summerfield High School. Could not connect. 2nd and 10.
Chris Reeves with the pass breakup. Junior corner from the Great Lakes State. Hails from Brighton, not far from Adrian.
13:50 left in this fourth quarter. It's the Blue Jays 14, the Bulldogs 3. Raymond from the shotgun. Takes the snap, throws quickly. Sesslar caught it, and he gets tackled right away up near the line to gain. Give him 9 yards up to the 40-yard line.
Taylon West on the tackle there.
And this quick passing game working early on this drive. Sets up a 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs offense. The freshman from Pinckney looks on. Takes the snap. Give us to Paterno. First down, Sal up near the 45, right to the 44. Give him 4 and a Bulldog first down.
Bulldogs moving the chains. Something they've had difficulty doing today. Developing a real rhythm here on this drive. Great to see.
17 carries for Sal Paterno. It's going to be a Raymond roll to the left. Brady takes a hit and gets sacked. And there's a flag deep in the Blue Jays secondary as Raymond got absolutely walloped out there by, is that number 0, Jake Masco. We'll check the flag deep in the Blue Jays secondary. Might be a hold on Elmhurst. Big shift either way. Here's the call. It's a defensive holding, and that's going to be against number 16, Antonio Carrillo, the senior linebacker from Elmhurst, Illinois.
Hometown kid.
And went to nearby York High School, so a big penalty. That's a 20-yard swing. You go from a 10-yard sack to a 10-yard penalty, so it's a 1st and 10, Adrian at the Elmhurst 46.
Haven't been able to say this much during this game, but the Bulldogs actually got a positive bounce. Caught a break there on that play.
Yes, they did. Raymond and company operate with 13:03 left in this football game, down 14-3. The freshman quarterback takes, steps up in the pocket, throws middle. He's got a man open, and it's caught inside the 25. Reception made by Ben Koloski. Raymond stood in that pocket, let it fly. That's a big pickup, and an Adrian 1st and 10.
Good route running by Koloski to cut into the middle, and a great catch as he took a hit as he was receiving the ball, but able to hold on. And good defense by the Blue Jay secondary to quickly make contact with Koloski. Otherwise, he probably would have had some room to run after the catch.
Raymond and company from the Elmhurst 24. It's going to be a fake to Paterno, throws quickly to Sesslar. He fumbled the ball, and though they say it's incomplete, the back judge runs in and says incomplete pass. So Sesslar didn't maintain enough possession to warrant a fumble, and that's another break for the Adrian offense as Sesslar went to turn before he caught that football. That's right in front of the Elmhurst bench. They are not happy about that.
Looked like Sesslar had it for a little bit there before the ball came loose, but referee ruled it's an incomplete pass, so he gets the benefit of the doubt there.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs down 11, 12 and a half to go in the fourth. Sal Paterno is the running back to the left of Raymond. It's going to be a fake to Paterno. And Raymond's throwing it up there. He's got a man open, and he overthrew him by about a yard. Ben Koloski had a step, and Raymond felt the pressure, and he had to let that go early.
Oh, boy, that wasn't far away from Koloski, was it? Went deep to the left side of the end zone. Good high arc throw from Brady Raymond. Would have liked to see Koloski maybe lay out, dive to try and get it, but it was a decent ways in front of him. Saw both of our eyes get wide as saucers there as that ball headed towards the end zone. The first deep shot we've really seen today from Brady Raymond. I like the arm, though. I like what we saw on that play. See if he can dial it in a bit here on 3rd and 10.
They need the Elmhurst 14. Play clock at 5 seconds. And they're going to have to call a timeout, and that's what they do. Too much time in the huddle for the Adrian College offense. They're knocking on the door. It's a 3rd and 10 from the Elmhurst 24. Adrian trails it here in the 4th. 14-3. I'm Ian Wendt. Calvin Keys alongside. We'll be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. It's a Labor Day weekend edition of college football, week 1 in Division III. It's Adrian College at Elmhurst University. I'm Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys alongside up here in the booth, and it's a 14-3 lead for Elmhurst. Adrian looking at a 3rd and 10 from the Blue Jays 24-yard line. It's looking like 2 plays to get 10 yards. I don't know how much you trust your kicking game at this point, but they called a timeout. We'll see what they drew up.
Not even how much you trust your kicking game. At this point, you need that touchdown. Down by 11.
3 receivers out to the left. Brady Raymond's going to quarterback draw. He's got some room to the right side. Raymond to the sideline. 1st down and more. Inside the Blue Jay 15. Great blocking up front. Adrian picks up the 1st down. They run the ball on a 3rd and 10. And the freshman from Pinckney got it done.
Yeah, I'd love to see more of that from Raymond. I think he's been at his best when he's been running the ball. He did have the fumble earlier on in the game, but I think he's looked really good with the QB draw and even making the decision a couple of times to tuck and run. He's looked great.
1st and 10 at the 12. Raymond's going to roll to the left. Brady looking, no time, throws short, picked off on the far sideline. And they're going to run it back to the 30, the 40, the 50. Watch the Blue Jays fly down the 25-20, 15-10, 5 touchdown Elmhurst. That's Connor DeVries. There's a flag way back at the 35-yard line. There's an Adrian offensive lineman down. Flag flew out, I believe, after the INT.
Connor DeVries picking that one up. The junior from Lawton, Michigan, free safety. That one fell right into his lap. Took it all the way to the house.
Raymond threw late across his body.
70
the
yards.
Paid for it. We'll check the flag as they're working on Jonathan Cecilla, Bulldog offensive lineman. He's walking off to the sideline. The Adrian defense is coming onto the field. So they will wipe off the pick 6.
Should be Blue Jay ball regardless of what happens, though, right? Even with the flag on the field, the interception will stand.
Well, if the penalty happened after the INT, yes. Yeah, it's during the return. It's a block in the back on Elmhurst. You say number 9, Mayan Lowry. So that wipes off the pick 6, but it will be an Elmhurst University football. Penalty occurred at the 36-yard line. So another interception for the young freshman. Bulldog defense will have to come up with something here. It's 14-3 Elmhurst. 11:32 left in this 4th quarter. Acosta in the pistol. He will take, give to the middle. Nothing there except a bunch of Bulldog jerseys and helmets. Randall Broom always in on the fun in the middle of that line.
Yep, Pollock with the carry ran right into Broom. As I believe we're seeing a different quarterback out there on the field for Elmhurst right now. That's Connor Bike instead of Andre Acosta, who we've seen for most of this game.
So the discomfort with Acosta earlier that we noticed is enough to take him out of the game.
We see him limping on the sideline right now, so maybe lost some of that mobility, so they go with Bike here.
Oh, 2nd and 10. Bike is going to throw, feeling some Bulldog pressure. Unheaves one deep. It's a floater. It's picked off by the Adrian College defense. Making the play was Sean Tolbert, the junior from Saginaw. Picked it at the 50. It was a lollipop pass, and the Bulldogs get the football right back. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 50. Not sure the reason behind that play, Calvin. You run a play action with your back up. He just throws it up for grabs.
Yeah, I think especially, getting your shot to head out on the field as the backup quarterback, not the first impression you want to set, but just lobbed one up there. Trust his receiver to get up for it. But, again, and with most of the picks we've seen today, it's pretty much been right to the corner. Tolbert didn't have much to do there. Came right towards him, and the junior with an interception to provide a little bit more life to Adrian. They're still in this.
I mean, just giving this offense plenty of chances. The Adrian defense has given up just one score today. They trail it, though, 14-3.
Got a quarterback change for the Bulldogs here.
New man in there. Susslar makes the catch. And in at QB is going to be Mark Lopez, number 6. He's a freshman from Corpus Christi, Texas. So I'm not sure if Raymond got shaken up on the coverage for the INT or it's just a simple benching after the freshman's second pick. Here's Lopez looking. He's going deep. He's got Susslar. Oh, he overthrew him by about a yard. Susslar down that right sideline had a step. And these young men can really push it down the field, Calvin.
Yeah, how about that for Lopez? Second play from scrimmage, if he would have thrown a deep bomb all the way down to the 15. But I like what we're seeing from Lopez so far. He's certainly getting some more ambitious play calls sent his way late in this one. Down 14-3 with 10:09 left in the fourth quarter.
Ball at the Elmhurst 48-yard line. 3rd and 8 for Lopez. Lopez looks sideline. Susslar with a contested catch. He's going to be short of the line to gain by about a yard. And Bulldogs likely to go for it here on 4th down. Inside 10 to go in this football game. They need 2 scores.
I was impressed by Sessler there, the ball security to hold on to that one despite the corner right in his face. Big 4th and 2 again. How many times have we seen both teams go for it on 4th down in this game? Plenty of scenarios like that so far.
Lopez gives to Paterno. Sal got to the 40, and it's a Bulldog first down at the 38-yard line. So they follow that left side of the line. Adrian first down as we see Mark Lopez, his first possession here in college. The young freshman, 5'11", 155 from Corpus Christi, Texas, from Orange Grove High School. It's going to be a quick pass out there to Sesslar. Give him about 4 or 5 yards on that catch, as Sesslar is now the leading receiver for the Bulldogs in terms of receptions. He has 4, couple on this drive. 2nd down, they call it 6. Mark Lopez looks on, takes that shotgun snap. Looking right side. He's going for his man in the end zone, and he couldn't get a hand on it. And it falls incomplete. The long pass going for Hunter Bonza, the junior from Dearborn. And a couple of deep shots on this drive down the sideline, just couldn't connect.
Some tight spirals from Lopez there. Better to overthrow your receiver than to underthrow them, that's for certain.
Adrian brings out some more speed at receiver. We see Chris Crumsey checking in, the freshman from Detroit. He'll line up in the slot on the right side. 2 receivers per side. Paterno in there with Lopez in the backfield. Blue Jays show some pressure. They back out. It's a 3rd and 6 for Adrian. Lopez throws sideline, caught by Paterno. He gets tackled near the 30, and another 4th down for this Adrian offense with 8:45 to go in the 4th.
Masco with the play and defensive coverage there. 8:43 left on the clock in this one. Elmhurst leading 14-3 over Adrian. Bulldogs trying to come back in what's been a little bit of a frustrating outing so far in week 1 on the road. The week 1 woes continue for the Bulldogs.
At least offensively. A pick 6 for Elmhurst and a 3rd quarter touchdown. That's it. Adrian, a 2nd quarter field goal. It's a 4th and 3 for Mark Lopez and the Adrian College offense. Lopez throws off to Poyer. No. He caught it, but got tackled right at the 30-yard line. And making that play on defense was 39. Charles Scott made the hit on Poyer. Bulldogs turn it over on downs at the 30-yard line. 8:13 to go in the fourth quarter. This Elmhurst defense, though they've given up yardage, they've only given up 3 points. They've done very well on fourth down.
Yeah, I was hoping Lopez was going to look a little bit further downfield because there's a couple of options that looked to be a bit open. Throwing it to Poyer there just wasn't much of a possibility of picking up that first down, but better to make that pass, I suppose, than to turn it over and risk the extra yardage for the other team.
Acosta back in at QB for Elmhurst. He's going to hand off, get through that initial Bulldog rush. Pollock ahead for 3. And Randall Broom in on the play. Wadeus Ashman once again. Bulldogs here.
Good to see Acosta back out there doing all right. I think there's a little bit more pressure for him to head back in there after the pick was thrown from Bike. Trying to get that steady, calming presence of Andre Acosta, who's been really, really good today. 6'1" sophomore from Arizona. He's been 12 for 17, completing 70% of his passes today for 74 yards.
And this is going to be a rush, and Adrian sniffs it out. No gain on the play, as I believe Pollock had the rush. And Adrian's 31 right around there with Cameron Smith. Clock is becoming a factor here with 7:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Elmhurst up 14-3.
I think if you're Elmhurst, your goal here is to try to keep the ball on the ground as much as possible, too, and choose some of that clock to look to close out this game with a little under 7 to go.
3rd down and 7. Blue Jays break the huddle with 15 on the play clock. They'll let that march down. Adrian shows 3 down linemen. Linebackers creeping up toward the line. It's an Acosta fake. Rolls to the right, looking middle, now throws to the right. It's going to be caught for an Elmhurst first down and more up near the 50-yard line, and that's another catch from Max McCarville. And a 3rd down conversion for the Blue Jays. And there are certain plays in games that mean more than others. You know, the money plays, Elmhurst has seemed to make at least 70% of them today.
Yeah, have to agree with you. Impressed with the grit from McCarville there. Really, really good block at the end there. It looked like Shea LaRue was going to track down Acosta. Got a well-timed block from the Blue Jay O-line. And then McCarville threw a would-be tackler off him and kept running. When you can add yards after the catch, it's always great to see. And I think coaches see that extra effort, too, after making the catch, working to drive up the field further.
This first down play comes under 6 minutes in this football game. It's a run for Pollock and a submarine tackle for Wadeus Ashman as his nice day continues. Again, this Adrian defense just giving up 1 touchdown on this game. The offense threw an interception, returned for a touchdown, and has scored a field goal. 3rd quarter rushing touchdown for Elmhurst. That's been the only scoring in the second half. It's a 3rd and 7 for the Blue Jays. Left hash at the Adrian 48. First ever meeting between these two programs. Acosta's going to fake a give. He's going to go for the home run ball, and it's deep, and it's incomplete. And there's 3 flags thrown on the play, as going for that pass was Zach Henderson, and he was grabbed by the Adrian defender. And that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays.
Willing to bet that this is a hold on A.J. Pipkins. I think he dragged Henderson back.
And that is the call. It's a pass interference. And that is the call against Pipkins. That's a 15-yarder. And the defense commits that infraction.
At least here at the college level, it's just a 15-yard penalty instead of from the spot of the foul, because that would have brought it all the way back to where I think we're talking about the 20-yard line. Really just kind of an unnecessary foul against Pipkins, as he was in tight coverage, and I think maybe got beat slightly and then got the hand on the jersey and gave a tug there to the receiver, Henderson.
So it's an Elmhurst 1st and 10 at the Adrian 33. Acosta's going to take, he's going to give off, and it's going to be a tackle for Randall Broom. Boy, he has certainly shown out here this afternoon, a 1-yard loss, and Randall Broom adds to his total.
Broom with his 7th tackle of the day. It's his 3rd solo tackle, assisted on 4 others, and him alongside Wadis Ashman have been really impressive. Both have 7 tackles, respectively.
Elmhurst breaks that huddle with 20 seconds on the play clock. 4.5 to go in this football game. Elmhurst leading Adrian College 14-3. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys on the call with you. It's an Acosta play fake. They're looking deep again. He throws left side and another flag flies. And it's an incomplete pass. And now we're just going to grab people and we're going to throw flags.
Again,
dropped at the 28-yard line.
Probably looking at Pipkins again here as he was the man in coverage.
Oh, it's an ineligible downfield. I mean, he threw it right when the corner and receiver ran by him. I assumed it'd be a... So Coach Deere will decline that penalty, take the result. It'll be a 3rd and 11 for Elmhurst.
Penalty was on Javon Manuel. And what we saw there was just got too far down the field when it was thrown, was in the area where the pass went. Kind of a judgment call, but they'll get Manuel for it this time.
Yeah, they generally give you 1 or 2 yards if you're downfield, but too far for the Elmhurst left tackle. It's a 3rd and 11 for the Blue Jays. Up 11. It's going to be a keeper for Acosta right through the middle. He's near the line. I'm not sure he got it. He's about 2 yards short. It'll be a 4th down and 2 with 4:10 to go in this football game. Adrian with an 11-point deficit here late.
If Acosta was shaken up on one of the previous series, you wouldn't know it. Heading right into the danger zone, right up the gut. Picks up a nice gain. Now 2nd and 4 with 3:55 to go in the football game. Bulldogs trailing 14-3 here on the road at the hands of the Elmhurst Blue Jays.
Looking to grab win number 1 on the season are the Blue Jays, who did not see win number 1 last year. 4th and 2. Give. And he's going to be wrapped up. Oh, the ball is loose on a 4th down. Either way, it's an Adrian football as the tackle was made at the 25. Whoever fell on it, it doesn't matter. It's an Adrian ball. But good on this defense. I mean, if you're going to, and it's a Bulldog takeaway, if you're going to take something away, to use the same phrase from this game, the defense just, they looked dialed in today. I mean, they made plays. They kept their offense in it. They gave up 1 score. You'd like your chances if you give up 7 points in a college football game.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, only allowed 7 points today defensively. They've got an interception and a forced fumble recovery. So I think if you would have told Coach Deere going into this game that's how his defense is going to perform, he'd be very happy with that.
Mark Lopez continues in at quarterback. The freshman from Texas, he'll step up in the pocket and cough up the football and give it right back to Elmhurst. Blue Jay football at the 23 as Lopez got hit from behind. And that is a brief summary of this football game for Adrian College. Hope, and then taken away just like that. It's another fumble. And these freshman quarterbacks will have plenty of game film to look at this week and try to regroup in front of the home fans next week.
It's going to be a tough film session on Monday for this Bulldog offense. Specifically, as you said, the quarterbacks. There's been plenty of mistakes, and it's frustrating when, majority of the team is executing well, and then you just have some errors that are really costing you big time. Talked about those money plays, Forcing turnovers has really been the name of the game for Elmhurst today, and a big reason why they have been successful despite only scoring 7 points on offense.
1st and 10, Elmhurst. It's going to be a run up the middle for the running back out there, Norman. And Adrian is going to call a quick timeout. They have 1 left now. Their second timeout. We'll take a 30-second break with them. It's Elmhurst 14, Adrian 3. You're listening to Adrian College Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and
You're listening to Bulldog Football, presented by Adrian College Television, right here on WVAC Adrian.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu.
I'm Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys alongside. It's been an Adrian College offensive struggle as they trail the Elmhurst University Blue Jays 14-3. A recent turnover forced by the defense. Offense fumbles on the ensuing play. 14-3, 3:12 to go. Blue Jay football at the Adrian 20. Bulldogs with one timeout left in this game. And there's some movement up front. Out of the timeout, Wadis Ashman pointing toward the Blue Jay side. And he's telling the referee it's a false start, and that is the case.
We've seen 5 turnovers in this game, Ian. 1 interception thrown from the Bulldogs, or actually, that's 2 interceptions from the Bulldogs, 1 from the Blue Jays, and then each team has recovered 1 fumble respectively. So
plus
it's been a topsy-turvy game.
Yeah, plus the fourth downs. There's been a couple stops. It's a 2nd down and 12 now for the Blue Jays offense. And going forward for a couple is Zach Norman. And Coach Deere will use his 3rd and final timeout. As you can't take them back to Adrian with you. Might as well take them. 3:07 to go in this game. 14-3 Elmhurst. We're going to step aside. You're tuned in to Adrian College Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
We are back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. I'm Ian Wentz, joined in the booth by Calvin Keys. Elmhurst has scored 1 defensive touchdown in the first half, 1 offensive touchdown in the second half, and they lead Adrian 14-3 here late fourth quarter, 3:07 to go. Blue Jays looking at a 3rd and 10 from the Adrian 23. Norman's going to give it again. Shea LaRue in the backfield quickly, but he couldn't tackle him. Wadis Ashman did, or excuse me, that's number 2 on the tackle, Anthony Bell. And it's going to be a 4th down from the 20, clock rolling inside of 3 minutes. You know what, in the first half, we had a break for the Heat. I don't think they had one in the second half.
Haven't seen one so far.
No. I just saw the referee look kind of fatigued out there. It's a hot one down there on the field.
I'm just happy I'm up here in the press box and not down on the field, Ian. It's definitely toasty.
Yeah, bright sunny skies. Temps in the mid-80s. Elmhurst with 5 on the play clock. They're going to take a timeout.
By the looks of things, this is going to be a great start to Mike Murray's tenure as the head coach of this football program, and a great way for the Blue Jays to break in this new turf surface here in Elmhurst, Illinois.
That's right. Brand new track around this artificial turf here in Elmhurst, just outside Chicago. It was a Blue Jay timeout. Let's take a look at some of our leading stat getters for Adrian College. In the quarterback spot is Brady Raymond, who got the start. He was 11 for 17, 2 interceptions. He had 84 yards on the game. Then Mark Lopez came in. He was 4 for 6 for 15 yards, but he had a fumble. Raymond also with a fumble in this football game. Receiving, Cole Sesslar with 6 catches, 39 yards. Ben Kolaski, 3 catches for 37 yards. Rushing, Sal Paterno with 17 rushes, 62 yards. Averaged just about 3.5 per rush. And on the defensive side, a great game for Wadis Ashman. He had 7 tackles. And Randall Broom with 6 total tackles, 5 for Mr. Bidwell. And McCary had 4. And a defense that's really done its job in this football game.
Yeah, certainly. I think this defense has a lot to be proud of, the way they've executed here today.
Another chance here. It's a 4th and 7, 2:22 to go in the 4th. Acosta's going to throw. Looking sideline, goes up for it, incomplete.
This is incomplete, far side.
And it's a turnover on downs. So the Adrian defense gets the stop. And the Bulldogs will get the football here.
Wasn't for a lack of trying from Jacob Cockrell. He really got up for that one. Trying to go for an Odell Beckham Jr. style of catch, getting the one hand on it, and I think he might have been out of bounds even if he had been able to bring that one down. Another turnover on downs. Bulldog offense heads back out there. Interested to see who we see in the shotgun. It's going to be Brady Raymond again. We've seen Mark Lopez the past couple of series. They go back with Raymond this time, starting from their own 20 with 2:15 left on the clock. Bulldogs trailing 14-3. Raymond fumbles it.
Throws it out. It's going to be an incomplete pass. He was looking for Ben Kolaski.
A poor snap from the center. Don't know if Raymond wasn't ready for it. It looked like it was a bit off to his right side, but able to pick it up and get a pass off in time. Falls incomplete, setting up 2nd and 10.
All right, so Brady Raymond gets a chance here. 2:11 to go. Bulldogs down 11. Raymond takes, throws quickly out to Kolaski. He's going to get some good yardage and an Adrian first down up over the 30-yard line with 2:03 left in this 4th quarter. Another reception by Ben Kolaski. They're going to run that clock. Raymond takes the low snap. Brady looking, stepping up into the pocket, and he gets tackled after a 2-yard carry as Gable made the play. Bryce Gable with the go-ahead score. He has the winning score of this football game. It was a pick 6 in that 1st quarter. Raymond back to pass. Brady airing it out, and it's too far for his intended target, Ben Kolaski. So they'll stop the clock, 1:30 to go. It's 14-3 Elmhurst in the first ever meeting between these two schools.
Talked about Gable with the pick 6, also has 7 tackles. For the Blue Jays, Charles Scott leads the team with 9 tackles, and right behind him is Taylon West with 8.
3rd down and 8 from the Adrian College 35. Clock stops, 90 seconds left in this game. Blue Jays rush 3. Raymond fumbles the snap, and it's recovered by the Blue Jays. And just the frustration continues for this Adrian College backfield. And another fumble. This one by Brady Raymond. And he's going to go to the sideline and watch his defense come out once again. 1:25 left in this one. And another Bulldog fumble.
Yeah, this one's pretty much gone off the rails for Adrian. Elmhurst has just been consistent and pressuring the Bulldogs. And I think while the Adrian offensive line was winning that line of scrimmage battle early on in the game, it looks like Elmhurst has been able to power through and really pressure Raymond and Lopez throughout this second half. And it looks like they're just going to kneel this one out.
1:25 left in this game. Acosta will take a knee. Should have to do 1, maybe 2 more. So a couple things happen with this win for Elmhurst. They get their first win in at least 10. They were winless last season. They'll get win number 1 of this year. Also, win number 1 for their new coach, Mike Murray, here at Elmhurst. And they're 1-0 on this brand new turf.
Yeah, I think it's the turf. Might be the lucky charm for him. Coach Murray just coached a great football game here today. Great decision by the staff here at Elmhurst bringing him in, and excellent job by the Blue Jays.
They're going to take one more kneel down after this one, and Adrian is going to go winless on the Week 1 game. Their last victory on Week 1 was 2016. That streak will continue as the Elmhurst fans get loud here just west of Chicago. And that's a good program win for Coach Mike Murray and the Elmhurst University Blue Jays. Coach Jim Deere and company will head back to Adrian 0-1, and a lot of things to look at from Week 1 to Week 2 when they host Defiance at Docking Family Stadium next week. The final here at Elmhurst, it is 14-3. Elmhurst gets the win here at home. A defensive touchdown was the difference in this football game. And boy, there are a lot of adjectives you could use to describe a football game. Most of them for Adrian are discouraging, but there were a couple of bright spots. We'll highlight those in our post-game show. We'll talk about the game that was and look forward to next week. Bulldogs go to 0-1 on the young season as they fall here on the road 14-3. We'll step aside for this word. I'm Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys. You're listening to the Adrian College Sports Network. Welcome back to Elmhurst University. Blue Jays celebrating down to our left. Bulldogs are not down to our right. It's an Adrian College opening week loss, 14-3 to Elmhurst University here in the Chicago area. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys with you. Some final stats to talk about in just a moment. But well, the offensive struggles we saw in the first half, they certainly carried over into the second half, and it was, I think, struggle would be a word to put it lightly. Adrian did move the ball. They were okay moving the football, but when it got to the money downs, times to convert on third and fourth down, scoring opportunities, they did not do it on offense. And, just one touchdown would have really made this complicated for the home squad, Elmhurst. Adrian just couldn't punch the ball in.
Yeah. As we're speaking, Ian, right here at Langhorst Field, Blue Jays finally getting to ring that bell right by their stadium. Team gathering around in celebration for their first win of the year. Didn't get any last season. But, yeah, as you were mentioning, Bulldogs did a really, really good job of moving the football. That wasn't the struggle. We look at the yardage on both sides. 100 receiving yards, 149 rushing yards for the Bulldogs for a total of 249. Elmhurst only had 47 rushing yards and 59 receiving yards. So this is a Bulldog team that outgained their opponents. But, yeah, like I said throughout the broadcast, they were kind of their own worst enemy because of the way they were turning over the football and just really irresponsible with it. Big reason why the Blue Jays won this game. A big part of it was because of that pick six early on. Elmhurst was able to score a touchdown on offense, but the Bulldogs numerous times took the ball into the red zone and they'd either turn it over or weren't able to capitalize on the opportunities they were given.
Well, the scoring summary is very simple and very quick. We'll let you know how we got to this score. In the first quarter, 3:06 left in it, Brady Raymond's pass was intercepted by Bryce Gable and returned for a Elmhurst University touchdown. Then at the 54-second mark of the first half, Alec Milley had the field goal attempt good. A short kick for the Adrian kicker that made it 7-3. Then the lone score in the third quarter came at 3:21, and it was an Aiden Pollock 3-yard touchdown run off of an Adrian College turnover. The extra point was good. That was all the scoring in this football game. And a defensive score, a field goal, and a short rush, and that's how you get the 14-3 final score. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. Your post-game show continues. Bulldogs fall here in Elmhurst, 14-3, here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
We are back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wentz and Calvin Keys in your post-game report. Bulldogs fall here on Labor Day weekend. 14-3 was your final score of this one. Adrian looking to bounce back next week as they host Defiance. But let's take a look at some of our standout numbers, Calvin, for the Adrian College defense. And I think that's really where we need to look, because that side of the ball has really nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, there were maybe 3 or 4 plays within the football game, but just to give up 1 touchdown, a solid effort all around. Could you talk about some of the leading stat getters for the Bulldog defenders?
Yeah, tied for the team lead in tackles. It was Wadis Ashman and Randall Broom. Ashman, the linebacker, Broom, the defensive tackle. Both those guys, almost every down, you could see the impact they were having defensively, hunting down opposing players and really getting penetration towards the quarterback, putting pressure on him. We saw just 1 sack in this game. It was a joint effort between Randall Broom alongside Cameron Smith. So I'd say Broom and Ashman are the 2 names that stick out. We also, A.J. Pipkins is a corner for this team as well as their returner. He had a couple of really, really good returns for the Bulldogs. And also, I believe it was one of their secondary players also got an interception. It was Sean Tolbert who had the pick for the Bulldogs. So he put in a good performance. Thought the Bulldogs secondary did really well as their defensive line. But it was really just 3 or 4 plays that the Elmhurst was able to drive down and get their sole touchdown. But for the majority, super impressed by the way this defense performed. And I think they have a lot to hang their hat on coming out of this game.
Bulldogs dropped this one, a defensive struggle. 14-3 is the final from the Chicago area. We'll be back to select a player of the game. You're listening to Adrian College Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Welcome back here to Elmhurst University. Bulldogs fall 14-3. Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys with you this afternoon. And I didn't warn you about this at all, Calvin, but when I do play-by-play, I don't pick the player of the game. I have my broadcast partner do it. So what's your selection for the player of the game? I mean, there's certainly options. You laid them all out before the break. Who are we going with here for week 1?
We're talking player of the game from the Bulldogs here.
Well, it's always for a Bulldog. If you win or lose, you got to pick a Bulldog.
Okay. I'm going to go with Randall Broom with this one. 8 tackles, 3 of them were solo, 5 assists, and then had that sack as well. I think he was the player that stood out to me defensively. who did a really, really good job making it difficult for Elmhurst to run the football and made most of the few notable plays that we did see in this game from Adrian College.
All right, the Bulldog player of the game this afternoon, Randall Broom from the Adrian College defense. It's a tough one here in week one, but we're going to look forward to week two. Calvin and I will talk about the matchup with Defiance next week at Docking Family Stadium. Final here, 14-3. We'll be back. Don't go away in 30 seconds. We'll be right back on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
We're back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys with you on the call. It's a 14-3 final score. Bulldogs need to turn the page quickly, as next week they are going to be back at Docking Family Stadium. And they will take on Defiance College, a familiar foe. Back in the day was actually an MIAA participant. They've played each other quite a bit over the years.
Good record against Defiance over the years, 30-24-1. The Bulldogs are over Defiance, and they've won the last 9. So hopefully an opponent they're familiar with and have a history of being able to overcome to really bounce back from what was a frustrating week 1 for the Bulldogs.
That it was. That'll be next week, next Saturday at Docking Family Stadium. The Bulldogs look to right the ship and even their record to 1-1. Calvin, any final thoughts on today?
Well, I think based on how this performance went, I think credit to Elmhurst, the way they played. But for the Bulldogs, I think we're looking ahead to next Saturday at 1 p.m. for the home opener, and probably going to look to put this game behind us and just move forward in the schedule.
All right, that's going to do it for us here at Elmhurst University. Thank you to all the Bulldog fans out there listening. Thank you to all of our affiliates on the Adrian College Sports Network. For Laura Rutkowski in the studio and Calvin Keys to my side, I'm Ian Wentz saying so long from Elmhurst University. Bulldogs fall in week 1, 14-3 here on the Adrian College Sports Network.